Here we go. Let's talk about where do I get started in 2026. This is going to answer a lot of questions for people that are just starting out in their journey. Also, maybe for people that have find their way being lost. You've taken some action and you've gotten lost. You've maybe found out this wasn't the thing that you wanted to jump into. Maybe you jumped into Airbnb and you found out that wasn't the thing for you and you're like, oh my gosh dang it, now I'm lost again. This will help answer a lot of those questions. Okay, so today, for those of you guys on YouTube, I'm actually on a live Zoom with 1,000+ people. My Zoom has maxed out, and so sadly, we had to live stream on Zoom or live stream over to YouTube. The main thing that we're going to cover today is a pretty cool little framework that I like to come up with and help people understand what this business really looks like and help you understand where to get started. So let's talk about where to get started, and then I'll give you guys some good game plans on what to do for your individual selves, okay? All right. Lupita, you threw me for a loop. We had a lady come on here, pretty good emotional thing before we got started. So here we go. Sorry guys, I'm in Toronto, Canada, and so I do not have my studio. I am traveling the world and helping people all in person do deals. And so forgive me for my lack of my awesome studio, okay? All right, so where do I start? This is you. You're gonna ask the question of where do I start? The answer is very simply put is strategy. That's where you start. You start on strategy. Well, what strategy? We'll talk about that today. Then you generate leads and opportunities around that strategy, which is what we'll talk about, okay? Leads and opportunities. And then you, with those leads, start asking great questions once you have leads. This is what the right equation is. This is where most people get stuck. Give me a guilty in the side chat that you spend most of your time right here before you have any leads and before you actually have a strategy. You are literally just asking questions. What would happen to your life if you had a strategy and leads from that strategy, and you then only asked questions about the leads that you were generating? What would happen? Would your life dramatically change? So there you go. Can I get a yes that we all understand now? Where do we start? Now, I haven't answered the strategy or the lead portion, but there's where you start. You start on your strategy. You then generate leads and opportunities in that strategy, which we'll talk about today. You then only ask questions based on leads that you have. You stop asking questions that don't actually pertain to you. Here's something a mentor I paid $25,000 to. I underpaid this woman, paid this lady $25,000, and I would ask these questions. She would call me an asshole very frequently. But by the way, I paid this lady $135,000 in mentorship fees over the course of a year. But my first month with her, she taught me this lesson, and it was my first payment to her was $25,000. Okay. She says to me, you ask questions you don't deserve the answer to. And I'm like, wow, you're so rude, lady. She's like, you need somebody to be rude to you. Everybody's, you're the golden child and you're the this, that, and the other, and you've never done anything wrong and your whole family's told you all these things, but I'm gonna tell you the way it is. You ask questions you don't deserve the answer to. I'm like, what do you mean? Well, when you ask the question of, well, what's the difference between title and escrow? And what's the difference between this, that, and the other? And how do I underwrite a property? And how, she says, what would you rather ask? How do I underwrite this property, or how would I underwrite a property? Which one would you rather ask, my friends? In the side chat, which one? How do I underwrite or comp? How do I underwrite this property versus how do I underwrite a property? You kind of see the problem with a lot of people that are starting out is that they actually have no basis for any of their questions. They have not done literally anything to have a question. So they just create a lot of blockades for themselves. She then tells me every question you ask that is not based on a problem you have, you are creating another block that is building a wall in front of you taking action. Every question you ask that's not based on a problem you have is building a higher wall for your next step in the action, okay? So has this been helpful already in the first 10 minutes? Okay, so there you go. Now, you plus leads equal great questions. Once you have great questions, your questions will lead to skill acquisition. take a screenshot of this. You do not acquire skills until you have questions around leads that you have regarding a strategy you have. Start with strategy, generate opportunities. That's a skill you have to acquire, which I will cover here in just a second. You plus leads equals great questions, which those questions will lead to what skills do I need to acquire? Okay. By the way, guys, I am in Toronto, Canada today. I am on a 100 city, 100-day tour, helping hundreds and hundreds of people get their first deal. Creative Nation tour today. Toronto's today. Tomorrow is Detroit. I've already gone to 50 cities. I have 50 more cities to go. I am literally living in either an RV or a freaking hotel room, and I'm still doing this training to make sure that you guys start the year off right. Okay, cool. Now, before I get into the breakdown in the categories, I want you guys to write this down. I am not trying to get deals. I am becoming deal worthy. Stop telling people I'm trying to get a deal. Start telling people I am trying to become deal worthy. Okay, if you have not done a deal, you are not worthy of a deal, period. First off, you don't even know what a deal is. You just use the word deal ambiguously, very vaguely. You don't even know what the heck that even means, and you just throw the word deal around like a freaking lunatic. Okay, so we're gonna help solve that problem today. And we're gonna go through this little matrix, this little image, and I'll give you guys this image so you can kind of scan through it. I'll throw it in the side chat here in Zoom. I'm sorry for the people that are on YouTube, but if you watch this in the future, I'll make sure there's a link to it in the future. Here is the link in the side chat, okay? That is the first image. It's very rudimentary, but basically what this is everything breaks down to this little matrix, okay? So right here, this is leads, okay? How do I acquire those leads? I will cover this. Then strategy, and then ultimate, this is the wrong one, I'm sorry. That was my rough draft before I actually added color to it. So deal flow, capital, which is how do I buy the thing, usage, and then the asset. Okay, so let's cover that for a little bit. If you are going out and trying to learn Airbnb, or you're trying to learn Section 8, or you're trying to learn multifamily, and you focus on one little thing, I want you to understand something. If you go pay somebody, let's say for a mentorship, okay, you go pay for a mentorship on Section 8, okay? Section 8 is right here. You see that little dot right there? That's Section 8. You're gonna go pay somebody $10,000 or $20,000 for a Section 8 mentorship to learn this little thing? It's not even a strategy. It's a usage, okay? It is how do I actually use that property, okay? So again, Section 8, or let's say government-backed programs, right here, Section 8 is this little dot right here. It's this little dot right here, Section 8 and HUD-VASH. You have way more important things to learn before Section 8 becomes a possibility for you, okay? The asset, do you wanna do single family? Do you wanna do commercial? Do you wanna do random or specialty type of stuff? Do you want to do development? What do you want to do, right? What's the asset type? What's the asset you want to go after? Single family? Okay, single family. Now you want to go to Section 8? Okay, great. How am I going to finance those properties is super critical, important. And then the most important thing is deal flow. Where does the deal flow come from? So as you guys look at that image, which I put in the side chat, you will realize that most people will go spend all their time over here in usage. They'll go learn short-term rental, and they'll go to short-term rental. What do you call them? 3-day conferences. And they go spend all their time going to short-term rental conferences. And then I go speak at the short-term rental conferences. What do you think the number one question everybody asks me when I go in the hallway? I go speak on stage and I talk about deals that I've done and creative finance, which is what my brand is. How do I buy things without a bank and without credit? That's my brand. What do you think is the number one question people ask? Pace, man, I've been trying to get a deal in short-term rental for 3 years. I've been to these conferences. I've read every book. I've paid for courses, and I still don't have a deal. And I go, okay, I know what your problem is. Your problem is you have no deal flow. You've spent all your time learning about usage, and you've spent all your time learning about the asset type. You've learned zero time of where do these deals come from. We're going to spend most of our time today talking about this. And so we're going to keep it very generic. I'll do a little bit of Q&A at the end to help give you guys a little bit more specific stuff based on individuals. Everybody's a little bit different. If I open up the side chat, let's ask the question, okay? Let's ask the question for asset type. Okay, asset type is different than usage, okay? Can I use a single family house 50 different ways? Short-term rental, mid-term rental, Section 8, HUD-VASH, assisted living, sober living, battered women's shelters, everything that you could imagine. Can I use a single family home 50 different ways? Okay, well, single family is the asset. Usage is what I can do with it. So I see so many new people spending most of their time over here. I'm going to learn about retail buildings. I'm going to learn about gas stations. I'm going to learn, dude, you don't even know where they come from. And more importantly, once you even had one, you wouldn't know how to finance it, which is the second column. And then you wouldn't know what to do with it. That is what I want to cover with you guys today. Okay? So the first place that you got to start, again, is strategy. Second place that you've got to go is I'm going to go and focus on opportunity. What are the opportunities for me to go and do? Okay. Yeah, somebody says in the side chat on YouTube, they go, how many beds and bath? How much square foot? All of those are a waste of your time. When you are brand new, all of those things are an absolute waste of your time. Now we'll go to this post I just saw this morning in my free Facebook group. If you guys are not aware, I have a free Facebook group called Creative Finance with Pace Morby. And I saw this post and I was about to approve it. And I'm like sitting here looking at Stan Hampton. He says, I really need help with this deal I'm working on. I gave an offer and she came back with a counter offer. What should I do? It sucks working alone, but seriously, any thoughts? This is going to be the next part of your journey. You're going to go, I really want to do single family Airbnb. That's something I'm really excited about. Okay, great. Now I know my strategy. I need to go find opportunities. So let's talk about the opportunities. But once you get into opportunities, you're now going to have to find these things. You're going to have to find skills, relationships, and resources along the way. Skills, relationships, and resources along the way. Now I know what my strategy is. I know when somebody comes into my orbit that says, oh yeah, I do data centers. Cool. I'm glad we know each other. Maybe I'll utilize you in the future, but you working on data centers does not help me on my journey right now. And so a big part of your beginning journey is going to be saying no to a lot of things to focus on that one thing. Okay. So let's talk about where do deals come from? Very, very, very important. Where do deals come from? Let's zoom out a little bit so I can make sure that you guys can see all of these things. Okay. This is where deals come from. They either come from a seller directly, you're doing inbound marketing or outbound marketing, one of those two. Okay, you are going direct to the seller. This requires a lot of skill. If you are in the SubTo community, let me pull up a really great way for you guys to go and find the skills that you need to go and solve these problems, okay? And I'll throw this in the side chat as well. If you are in SubTo, this is what our Zoom calendar looks like every single week. We have over 40 Zooms a week based on skills, relationships, and resources that you need to acquire. I have built this specifically to answer every question you will run into along the way in your journey. Look at 9 a.m. every single morning. Leads direct to seller. That is a 2-hour Zoom we do every single week for the rest of your life inside of the SubTo community. Tuesday would be direct to agent. Then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are other lead sources. So again, if I need help doing inbound or outbound marketing, here's the challenge with this. And I'm going to give you guys some direction here. If you are new, you should probably stay away from direct to seller because this costs money. It also requires skills and it requires relationships and resources that a new person does not have. So for example, the gentleman that has the Zoom name, or not the Zoom name, but the gentleman that had this post this morning saying, I really need help with this deal, I'm working on it. Well, I can tell you exactly what he's working on. Every post, every question, everything that people ever tell me, I literally go right to this in my mind. I go, oh, I know what asset they're working on. He's working on single family. He's working on wholesale right here. It's a cash deal, and he's working direct to seller. I immediately know the entire thing across the board. He is single family, wholesaling, giving cash offers, and then going direct to seller. Well, what is he missing? Well, awesome. He's generating leads. It's a great place to start. He has the strategy he wants to work on, which is single family, wholesaling those single family, and now he's going direct to seller. What is he now missing? He's now missing resources, relationships, and skills. And so he's sitting there in a free Facebook group, desperately trying to swim, going, oh my gosh, will somebody please help me with this lead? Okay, that's like the blind leading the blind. You're going to a free Facebook group asking people to come in and help you with your lead that now the seller gave you a counteroffer. Wow, you don't have a buyer. You don't know how to comp the property. You are going out there and talking to sellers and negotiating on their home, and you don't even know if the counteroffer is a good offer. This is what scares people about being in this business. Okay, this is what keeps a lot of people out of being in this business, is because they don't know where to acquire those skills. Now, I do have a lot of free YouTube content that will help answer that. However, that's not for today. I will just go to the people that are in SubTo, and I will reference this over and over and over. If I'm Stan and I need help, I would go to lead generation on Mondays for my leads. I would go into cash role play on Mondays. That's the East Coast Daily Dial, where we role play on cash. I also can do call breakdowns where people can help me break down my deals. I would also go into 5 p.m. on Monday, or 5 p.m. on Wednesday, or 5 p.m. on Thursday, where members of this community will actually call these sellers for you on your behalf. Or I would go into 7 p.m. on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Saturday, and I would get those purple sticky notes that say connections. We do an open Zoom where you get connected with the people that you need. Again, you are going to need the people, the skills, and the resources along the way. This person, Stan, is obviously missing that. So if you are going out there and saying, all right, I know what I want to do. I want to do, here, let's go to the side chat. And we'll ask you guys, what is it? And I'll ask a couple of questions. What is it that you want to do? Do not tell me Section 8. Tell me single family Section 8, right? Single family is the asset type, okay? Asset type. What do you want to do with that property? Do you want to own? Do you want to wholesale? Do you want to fix and flip? What do you want to do? Tell me in the side chat, and I'll give you guys a little bit of direction on this map, okay? Co-living. Teresa, you're giving me all the wrong thing. Somebody says Muppets. That's ridiculous. Get out of here. Okay, cool. You guys are being too ambiguous on your answer, okay? Chinello says own. Own what? See, this is the problem with people, is they're like, well, where do I start? I want to own. Own what? What do you want to own? Start with the asset. Do you want to be in residential? Do you want to be commercial? Do you want to own office buildings, retail? What do you want to learn or earn? Tammy is my good friend. She says RV parks own. Okay, cool. So she chooses asset. Amazing. She then goes down to usage. Okay. And in the usage, it is down here for income operations, traditional rental. So she would use an RV park that is on this list in the asset type. I would use an RV park. I want to own it myself. Okay, great. Now I need to know, how am I going to finance it, is right here. And then I'm going to go over and say, where am I going to find my opportunities? Okay, so let's go back through this again for the people that need this multiple times. You are going to start with, are you going to go to the sellers directly? This costs money, time, skills. You need people. You need access. You need a lot of help and tons of live support all the time. Agents, same thing. If you're going to call a real estate agent or a broker, I'll show you how simple this is. Watch how simple this is. I'll just do it for you right here. This truly is this simple, is I can just go on multiple websites and I'll show you how simple this can be. The problem when you don't have access to relationships, resources, or skills, you are going to struggle. Check this out. I can go to owner finance. I can find RV parks in here. I can find car washes. I can find these things. They're out there, my friends. Now I've got to call them. I've got to learn how to comp them. I've got to learn what is a good deal, what's a bad deal. I now have to look at these things and go, what am I even looking at, right? So again, she says, here's the strategy I want to focus on. I now want to go and find them, let's say with brokers. I now need to learn what skills. Again, what is the steps to get started? You start with strategy. You then go to you go to generating leads on that strategy. And those leads will then help you guide what skills you need to acquire. So what skills would Dr. Tammy need to acquire in order for her to be successful on that thing? She would need to be successful on that thing by acquiring the skill of underwriting those properties. So if you need to go get that, then here's a Zoom you can go to. Every single day inside of SubTo, you have underwrite. Every single day we have underwriting where you can not only underwrite your deals live with people, but you can also find people to go off those Zooms and underwrite your properties for you, partner with you, etc. These are all live Zooms. This is a great way to go. Now, if you're not in SubTo, you could go take an underwriting course or you could struggle out there on your own, but this is the cadence. This is how it works. I choose a strategy, RV parks. Perfect. I want to do RV parks. I want to own these RV parks, not wholesale them, not develop them and sell them off. I want to own them in my portfolio. Great. I'm going to go find them through real estate agents. Okay, great. I now know my pathway. My pathway is very clear. I now know where to start. I answered the question of where do I start? Now, if I know where I'm starting, I need to now start listing out the skills I need to acquire and then go find those skills, those people, those relationships, those resources that I'm missing. So most people, what they're going to be missing is underwriting, buyers, somebody to vet and look at their opportunity. They're going to learn sales skills and they're going to learn the contracts and the paperwork. But you don't deserve to learn any of those things until you have an actual problem. Okay, so this is the way it should work. Here's the order. Here's you. You just decided, man, Pace just laid this out so clearly. I'm starting with strategy. Cool, my strategy is RV parks, owning them. I'm not going to wholesale them. I'm not going to develop them. I'm not going to do new builds. I'm going to do RV parks in my portfolio because I'm ready for that. Okay, cool. I'm now going to go find out where the leads are, and I'm only going to ask questions about RV parks and owning RV parks as it pertains to a lead I'm actually looking at. Instead of asking, how do I underwrite an RV park? It should be, how do I underwrite this RV park? Instead of asking, how do I own and manage an RV park? It should be, how do I own and manage this RV park? Because every single one of them is different. This is where so many people get lost. They get information overload about a problem or a lead that they actually don't even have. And so now Dr. Tammy can go and find those people, those resources to answer the next couple of questions, which are, okay, well, I need to underwrite this, right? I need to underwrite it. Let's talk about the resources that she's going to need. I need to underwrite. I need to figure out if I underwrite it, now what is the offer I'm going to submit? Okay. I'm then going to ask the question, well, if I submit that offer, I need to finance this. And even though I've talked to the seller about seller finance, I still need, let's say, a down payment. Okay, great. What kind of down payment do I need? Should go all the way back to that specific lead. I see so many people learning, how do I raise money? How do I manage an asset? How do I do Section 8? Dude, you don't even have a Section 8 property. What are you doing? It is an absolute waste of your time to do anything if you don't know your strategy and where your opportunities are going to come from. So going back to where your opportunities are going to come from, and I'll open this up to some Q&A, and we'll go through a lot of this, is going back to the opportunities. Let me pull this off. We'll make it easy on me today. Going back to the opportunities, right here. Seller, inbound, challenging, hard. Agent, challenging, hard. You need sales skills. You could just buy from a wholesaler. Oh my gosh. I could just buy from a wholesaler, or I could just buy from an existing marketplace, right? There are marketplaces. I could also go to referral partners. I could also go work for someone. If I'm too afraid, okay, everything here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways of doing deals on my own, I could just go and join a team doing an orbit program or something that we would call an apprenticeship. Most people would call it an apprenticeship, a JV opportunity. This would be orbiting somebody else's business, joining somebody else's team. If you're too afraid and you want to get like a big start, that is where I would go. If you are in SubTo, the easiest way to do this, massive resource that I've already built for you guys, is I would go into 2 different places. Number 1, I would go into Connection Zoom, okay? I would also go into all of the East Coast and West Coast Daily Dial at the top of the calendar every single morning. I would jump into the Saturday Connection Zoom, okay? One of those types of things would be super helpful. Now, the other really great resource I would go to is I would go to a resource that we call, if you guys go into, I know that this is not meant for everybody inside of SubTo, I totally get that, but this is for people that are in SubTo that are on here today. Let me show you guys how simple this is for you guys to go and join a team of people that are already leading and wanting you to join their team. Okay, I can go into subtocourse.com, okay, subtocourse.com, and I can go in and look at the resources, or I can go to the PACE method. If I go into the PACE method, you will see right here, Owners Club. The Owners Club members will allow you to join their team. Go right here, click this green box. There's 500 people wanting you to join their team. Now, if you are wanting to do RV parks, don't join a team that's about self-storage. Don't join a team that's about wholesale. Don't join a team that's fixing and flipping. Don't join a team that's doing ground up development or data centers. So we have a lot of members in the community are doing mobile home parks or hotels or boutique hotels. Go join the team that is pertaining to what strategy you want to focus on. Pace, I want to do co-living. Perfect. We have 120 people that have open teams in Owners Club that you can go and join today. How many people on this live Zoom today are like, a team is literally what I need? Give me the word team in the side chat. Because joining a team allows you to have immediate access to lead flow. You don't have to spend money on leads. You don't have to worry about the risk. They already have CRMs built up. They already have so many things going. So that is a big cheat code. Big thing that I would tell you is if you are going to go join somebody's team, do not do that unless you're willing to give them 3 to 6 months of your life, because they are in the community. Somebody helped them along the way to get their deal flow going. They now are turning around and helping you get your deal flowing. Why are they willing to do this? Is because they get paid to do deals with you. If you learn everything from them on their team and then 30 days later you're off their team, they didn't really get an ROI. Does that make sense, my friends? Give me a yes that makes sense to you. Don't be one of those greedy people that come onto a community team and then say, I'm leaving after 30 days because I've learned everything. The goal is for you to be somebody that says, I want to give you an ROI because you gave the person ahead of you an ROI, return on investment. Okay, so there is a big cheat code. Now, for those of you guys that are sitting there going, well, I need a path. I need help. Let's talk about this for a couple of minutes for people that are like, well, I don't know my path. If you don't know your path, that is perfectly fine. I would tell you that it breaks down really to about 4, maybe 5 categories. And those 4 or 5 categories are going to be based on today money, tomorrow money, forever money, and also a mixture of your personality. Okay. So there's really only 5 ways to make money in this business. So I'm going to categorize them very simply. The first one is wholesaling. Okay, I'm going to wholesale. I'm going to find opportunities and I'm going to sell those opportunities to other people for today money. If you are a today money person, then the strategy you focus on should be a today money strategy. You shouldn't be going and saying, I'm going to go do multifamily, but I'm also homeless. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go buy a business, but I'm also sleeping in my car. Not a smart move for you. Okay, wholesale is today money. Fixing and flipping, or development, also known as development. Development's just a fancy way of saying fixing and flipping. I bought a property, I tore it down, I built something big, developing it, and I flipped it. It's fix and flip, okay? That is tomorrow money, okay? Usually a little bit longer chunks of money, bigger chunks of money, but you're getting tomorrow money. Wholesale, fix and flip, okay? The next one is buy and hold. This is the phase that I'm primarily in now. I still do a little bit of wholesale, but this is where I was for a long time. I now probably do about 5% of my business is wholesale, 10% of my business is fix and flip, and most of my business, 80+% of my business is buying and holding, buying businesses, buying RV parks, buying car washes, those types of things. This is forever money. If you are homeless in your car or you're a single mom struggling to survive, you should not be trying to buy and hold unless you are on the team and you're wedging with somebody that's higher level than you, maybe inside the SubTo community, somebody that has an open roster on a team, okay? Now, there's two other categories, and these two other categories are, and this is a big one, we have a lot of people in the SubTo community, this is all they do, is they lend money to other people. They are a private money lender. Can a private money lender make money on this? Yes. Can a private money lender make money on this? Can a private money lender make money on this? Yes. Okay, so I can do this strategy as well, or I can be a service provider to one of these people, all four of these. Okay, this would be like a transaction coordinator. This would be an operator. I can be a service provider of some sort. Well, Pace, how do real estate agents make money? They're a service provider. I'm a title rep. You're a service provider. I'm a contractor, service provider. I am somebody joining somebody else's team. You're a service provider joining somebody else's team that's doing these things. Really, at the end of the day, there's only 4 ways to make money as the operator or the owner of the business. The other people are all service providers. So let me ask in the side chat, is that helpful for you guys to kind of determine a little bit more? Oh yeah, you know what? I'm more wholesale. I'm more, tomorrow money. I'm more buy and hold. Where are you guys at? Are you guys wholesale, fix and flip, buy and hold, lending money? Or are you a service provider? Meaning I'm going to join a team. I'm going to be a transaction coordinator. I'm going to be a notary. I'm going to be one of those things. Okay. Perfect. Love it. Now, here is category number 1. You're going to go, all right, am I going to be more wholesale? Am I going to be more fix and flip in the beginning? Am I going to be more buy and hold? Let me tell you who the buy and hold people are. Most of these people join SubTo. They've already done 10 deals. They've already done the BRRRR strategy and wasted all their time and energy learning that stupid strategy and running out of their money. We still do the BRRRR strategy, but it's just such a small thing. Like, think about BRRRR strategy. Do you guys know where BRRRR strategy is on this? Look how big this is. And this is like 10% of the real estate industry. BRRRR strategy is like one little dot right down here. Okay, they rob themselves of all the other opportunities, and they come into SubTo and they go, I'm out of money and I need to learn creative finance and I want to get out of this single family world. Okay, cool. I tell them you need to focus on buying and holding RV parks. Okay, this is also people that are like, I'm a doctor, I'm an attorney, I'm one of these people. I need a lender that's solid to do capital stack Morby. They're just called Morby methods. You can just stop calling them stacks. That's stupid. And you can just email me, money@pacemorby.com. You ever need money for a transaction or a Morby method deal, just email me. We have millions of dollars to lend to you. Okay, so there you go. This is it. That's it. So when people say, where do I start? You got to tell me, are you willing to do wholesale? This is a job. Wholesaling is a job, but it gives you today money. Okay, you can quickly get money, $5, $10, $15, $20, $50,000. I did this as a full-time business for nearly 8 years and made over $1 million every single year. But the second you stop doing it, it goes away. That's the downfall to wholesale. Wholesale gives you today money, but at some point you wake up and you go, wow, this is a prison. It's golden handcuffs. It's another high-paying job. Okay, then fixing and flipping, very similar. I've got to go out and do these things. It's nice. I can get my hands dirty. I can do a couple of big projects a year and I could quit my job. These are to quit your job temporarily. These are to quit your job forever. Okay. These will get you rich. This will get you wealthy. Okay. So some people are ready to jump into this right now. Other people are like, I do want to jump into buy and hold, but I'm not quite ready. Okay, well then be a service provider for somebody who is buying and holding, and that will be your cheat code. Okay, guys, instead of promoting yourself in my side chat, can we just get, I understand, or this is helpful today in the side chat? Please don't promote yourself in the side chat today. It's hurtful to what I'm trying to teach. Is this helpful for you guys? When somebody asks me, where do I start? I'm going to ask them, do you need today money, tomorrow money, forever money? Do you need a job? Okay, great. Then start here. Are you ready to go do calls on your own? No, I'm not. Okay, then join a team or go and acquire the skill. Yes, but you keep cutting me off. I don't know what you're talking about. Different markets require different strategies. No, Regina, perfect. Thank you, Regina. This is so helpful. I was waiting for the ultra uber overthinker. I was waiting for you. I needed you. I needed you, Regina. We all needed you in here today. We need the overthinkers in here to show and prove to people that when you start thinking this way, rather than just doing the basics, you are going to paralyze yourself. You're going to say, well, doesn't this require this? And doesn't this require, okay, great. So let's just stop and not do anything. Regina, what's up? How you doing?
Hey Pace, how are you?
Hi, are you typically an overthinker?
Probably, yeah. That's probably a good
Okay, cool.
assessment of me.
You're even thinking about the answer there, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so when you start saying different strategies, different markets, different things, you don't even deserve the answer to that question. Let's go back to the very beginning. Pace, what market should I choose? Your backyard. Really? My backyard? But I live in Buffalo, New York. Perfect. I'm literally on a 100-day, 100-city tour showing the world that we are literally successful in every single city in the United States and in Canada, Puerto Rico, and next year I'll do Mexico, Japan, Israel. We literally have 29 countries of other people. It does not matter where you live, you can do this business. Cool, that's not what you're talking about. But you're saying mostly what's the thing that's getting you overthinking, Regina? How can I help answer this question for you?
Okay, well, cool. So let me give you a little bit of background.
Don't please. I have to keep people entertained. No background. Just get right into the thing.
Okay, well, I've been an investor in Denver for since 1995. That was the first property.
Okay.
We have about 10 of them right now, which we've grown slowly but surely. And
Which means you're using the BRRRR strategy, your own cash, you're using banks, you're refinancing when things
our own
appreciate.
cash, our own
Yep.
cash. We're using our
Cool.
own
So
cash. That's
this is
why.
again going back to the BRRRR strategy. You're somebody that's ready for higher level stuff. You should get out of single family as fast as humanly possible.
Would love to. So that's part of the problem here in Denver is that like I can do a flip and I can do a wholesale here, but I don't want to own property here because of the way
Okay.
that our laws have changed here in Denver. They're very
Yeah.
pro-tenant and very anti-landlord. So I don't want to buy and hold here. I would
Yeah.
rather do the flip here, make the money and invest it somewhere else. That's why I'm saying
Okay,
different
so
markets
Regina, first and
require.
foremost, congratulations on your massive success. Secondly, you are the opposite of somebody that needs to ask the question of where do I start? Your question is no longer where do I start? Your question is where do I pivot to now that I've already started, correct?
Correct.
Okay, cool. So you are great. I'm glad that you're here. You are like the shining example of what is possible for people in the future. However, here's also a good example of what happens when you only use traditional finance. You end up buying 10 properties over the course of 25 or 30 years versus 10 properties in literally 1 year with no money out of pocket. I would challenge you to learn a couple of skills. So you're at a point right now where you're like, I keep being limited on what I'm doing. My money is tied up in all these single family properties and we've refinanced, we've done things, it's been great. We've used 1031 exchanges, we've done refinances, we've gotten tax-free income. It's been amazing. Cost segregations have changed our life. We know all of these things. The problem is one RV park outside of Denver, or heck, even in Denver, I'm doing probably the largest RV park I've ever done is in Denver. I'm currently in the process of doing it right now. It's a $30 million park. Your market is massively successful for larger asset types. The problem is your brain is currently saturated with residential. You have upgraded and graduated from residential, my friend. You need to start jumping into more commercial use or hospitality type of thing where people pay a lot more money and you don't have to deal with cockroaches and tenants and trash and all of those types of things. What I would do is single family is an amazing place to start. Way more transactions than any other asset type. So a lot of people are like, well, should I start in multifamily? The problem with multifamily, guys, is most multifamily investors are doing one deal every 18 months. Single family, when you're wholesaling or you're fixing and flipping, you can do a deal every single month or every single week very easily because there's so many deals at play. Single family is way easier to get into than any other asset type. Now, for you, you can do Your market is pretty amazing because Denver, Colorado has a massive housing shortage, and your Denver market just released a law that says that the amount of unrelated people in a house now no longer has a limit. You guys are actually pushing very strongly on co-living, and your government is pushing grants and federal funding into co-living. So if you want to stay in residential and you want to stay in single family, I would start looking at co-living and buying SubTo and seller finance and stop using your own money. That's number one. Number two, I would start looking at things. You guys should have upgraded. I'm no offense to you. You should have upgraded to a different asset class 20 years ago. You're too smart for single family.
Pace, show me how. Show me how.
Okay, so I've already just shown you how.
I know, I'm writing it down. Yep.
I've already shown you how. You just maybe didn't think I was talking to you. I said start with strategy, then go and find leads, find the people, the skills, etc. You've been following me for a certain amount of time. I imagine you're not in my community, correct?
I am in your community.
What part of my community?
I went to the No One Left Behind challenge in June, beginning of
Okay,
June.
and you guys were looking on single family. Okay, so have you been going into the RV park Zooms that we do every single week?
No.
Okay, well, here you go. I'll show you exactly how. Every single week right here, RV park, we do lead generation. You want RV parks? Here's the first thing that I would do. I would go and take the RV park semester inside of SubTo. It's a 6-hour course that shows where to find them, how to underwrite them, and who in the community to work with on those deals. I would then only go into RV park and mobile home park Zooms for the next year. Single family, it's time for you to upgrade away from single family, period, end of story. In fact, if I were you, I would make a goal for you and your husband to sell all of your single family in the next 3 years and 1031 all your properties out of single family and into RV parks and bigger assets.
Great.
You've accomplished a lot. You deserve to jump right into mobile home parks, RV parks, etc. Is that helpful?
Yes.
Do you now know where to go to get the help and what guidance you need?
Yep.
And do you know that you can come in and raise your hand with me anytime you need in a jam session or in a SubTo Zoom?
I do now.
Okay, interesting. Can I just highlight something to you very important? This calendar right here is the SubTo calendar. It is 40 Zooms a week. I dedicate at least 12, sometimes 20 hours of my life to the SubTo calendar, making sure I'm available for you to come in and ask me questions anytime. These other Zooms that are all highlighted, color-coded, etc., we have 14 hours a day of live support on whatever asset type you want, or any skill set you want. It's not just training, it's also collaboration with people in the side chat that will go, hey, I'll help you. So for example, let's see, I'll solve your problem in 2 seconds. Watch how easy this is. Regina, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go into the SubTo Facebook group right now, and I want you to say, hi, I'm Regina that was on Pace's Zoom just 2 minutes ago. Who is doing RV parks that can just help me do RV parks? And I want you to then message me and go, holy crap, you're right. I am not tapping into what you've built. That's how you do it. Helpful?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So Regina is not a where do I start question. Hers is where do I go from here? Who in here has a where do I start question? I got Genia, Simonova. What's up? How you doing?
That's pretty close space. Thanks so much for calling me. I actually emailed
so
you
you're going to
yesterday.
ask me, are you going to ask me a question about doing a deal in Deutschland?
Oh no, I'm in Los Angeles. I'm asking about the deal doing in Sierra Vista, which is just south of Tucson.
Okay, cool.
You know
So
that
this
market?
is I do know that market very well. So Genia, can we agree that this is so out of topic? I now have to force your question to be on topic. Can we agree to that?
I agree. Yeah.
Okay. So you just like teasing me. Is that what it is?
No, I could definitely tie into this topic because it's about dealing with a broker on this particular
cool.
deal.
So here's what I would do. So I already know your problem. Jenny is awesome because she knows how to generate leads. So Jenny is working on a large multifamily deal. So her strategy, multifamily, where she's finding the deals is broker. So let's kind of type this out and I'll give you guys the layout. This is what you're missing. If you are new and you're asking, where do I start? I'm just going to do it all over again. We got to do it so many times. Here's Genia. Foreigner, I'll tell you. With an accent, I'll tell you. Badass, I'll tell you. She wants to go and work on multifamily. So what does she do? She goes, okay, I want to work on multifamily. I'm okay assigning these deals, wedging into these deals, or owning these deals. I'll determine that once I see the opportunity. Is that pretty correct, Jenia?
Correct. I've actually owned multifamily before, so I'm not a total beginner.
I know. I'm just trying to keep it short and sweet. Okay.
It's true,
so
yes.
we want multifamily, and what we're going to do with that multifamily is I'm cool owning it. I'm also cool wholesaling it, and I'm also cool wedging into a deal with somebody else more advanced than me if it's too big of an asset for me. So what does Jenia do? Jenia then goes to leads. And so what is Jenia doing? Jenia now has a lead she has a specific question about. Holy freaking crap, could you imagine if that was your life? How different would your life be, everybody in the side chat, if every question you asked was literally about a lead you actively had? Would your life be 1,000 times more improved or 1% improved? So I would challenge you. I'm not going to ask any more questions until I have a lead or an opportunity to ask a question about, which will then force you to say, well, what am I going to do with the lead once I get it? And what is the asset type I want to go after? Okay, so again, Jenia's whole plan, where do I start? Asset type, usage, where am I getting my leads? Okay, so she's got a deal right now. Would your agent let me talk to them today?
Yes, definitely.
You want to text them real fast and see if they want to get me on the phone?
Sure, 1 second.
Okay, cool. So she actually has a real lead, and now she has a question about that lead. Okay, so what does she need? If I have a question about a lead, I'm going to need somebody to underwrite it. Again, this is your questions will guide you to the skill, the relationship, or the resource you need. Your question will guide you to the skill, the relationship, or the resource you need. Okay, so she needs to underwrite. She needs somebody to maybe do some sales skills. I would also tell you the other thing she's missing is she's missing maybe some credibility. Okay, she needs credibility. All of these things is what she's missing. So her question tells her what she's missing. Now she knows what to go look for. So if I'm in SubTo and I don't have access to PACE all the time and I need help right now, where would I go? I would go to underwriting multifamily on Tuesdays, and I would go become friends with some of the best underwriters of multifamily in the community. I would then go in on 5 p.m. on Monday, 5 p.m. on Wednesday, and 5 p.m. on Thursday, and then also on Saturday morning, the other orange tab, and I would go and find people to call my leads for me. So Jenia's reaching out to me because she's super sweet. She actually wrote me probably one of the nicest emails I've received the whole year. Thank you for taking the time to do that. I showed it to my wife and she's like, wow, people really appreciate you. I'm like, well, some people do, but I think it's mostly the foreigners. I don't know. Okay, so Jenia, can we call this broker and I can help you make this call?
That'd be amazing. I just texted him. I haven't heard back from him, but we can try dialing him if he doesn't pick up.
We can call him. We can call him tomorrow on the jam session. But does this help everybody understand now what you need to be doing as well? You don't deserve the answer to most of your guys' questions. Does Jenia deserve the answer to her question, which is I need help on a lead? Does she understand? Does she actually deserve the answer to this question? Yes or no? Most of you do not understand. You don't understand. You're just asking wild questions about other things you don't even have a problem about. Create a problem. Create a problem so other people can help you solve it. Okay, that is, again, we're going to go back to this 100 times today. Jenny, do you have a question about that deal specifically, or can I just call the person for you?
Well, that'd be great to just speak with him. Maybe I can even bring the seller on the call. That would be ideal. But I do have a quick question. There's actually two brokers, and I've been dealing with one, but then the other one just texted me. Would it be a part of the protocol to deal with both of them, and they're both in the same company? Or should I just stick with the one that I've been talking to?
Either one is perfectly fine. Here's what I would do. I think it's when we're talking about multifamily, again, guys, do you see how everything deviates, right? But everything's so overwhelming. No, nothing's actually overwhelming. You have an underwhelming amount of actual real questions. That's the problem. You have an overwhelming amount of stupid questions that don't actually have anything to do with anything. This girl has amazing questions because it has something to do with something. That's the problem. I'm overwhelmed. No, you have underwhelming questions. That's the problem. Pace, I'm overwhelmed. No, you have underwhelming questions. That's your problem. You have no opportunities. You have no leads. You have none of that. And so here you are. Okay, hold on a second. Let me pause this. Let me pause the side chat because you got people just over here wiling out. Okay, so here's you. Pace, where do I start? Strategy. Okay, so for her strategy, what'd she start with? She started with multifamily. Cool. Then she says, what am I going to do with it? What's the usage? I'm going to own them. I'm also going to JV with people like Pace. And I might even wholesale some from time to time, depending on the deal I look at. I am cool with all three of those. Great. Now she says, I need to go find the opportunities. The opportunities are going to come from brokers. She then goes and does broker outreach. She gets a major problem, a major question. She has an opportunity in Sierra Vista, Arizona, which is an area that I buy, which is why she's reaching out to me. So her question is, what do I do now? Not what do I do in general, it's what do I do now? So when people say, where do I start? You start by asking questions that lead you to the next step. You haven't done the first part. What do you want to do? I want to do wholesale. Great. Are you going to, do you want to do single family wholesale? Do you want to do multifamily wholesale? What asset strategy? What usage? Then let's go and figure out what lead type you're going to go after. And I'll help some people that want to do wholesale in here today too. So what she's going to do is here's the answer to her question about her actual problem. The specific question gives you a specific answer. And people watching and listening right now, I'm going to give you an amazing answer you don't deserve the answer to. The only person in here that deserves this answer is Jenia. And some of the people that are going to take this information in right now are going to go, wow, that's such great information. And they're going to write down these notes. And then they're going to tell their loved one tomorrow, man, I'm so overwhelmed with real estate. Yeah, because you're trying to learn from other people's answers on their problems, on their strategy. This is why you're overwhelmed. You're not asking questions or learning about what you actually want to do. So what is the actual answer to her question? Here's the answer to her question. She's got brokers involved, okay? So this is a bigger asset. She's got two brokers. Brokers are very different in the multifamily space. The number one thing that broker is going to worry about when they're doing a seller finance deal, I think, let's see, Jenia, you had sent me an email. I haven't replied back to you yet because obviously I'm pretty busy, but I did see your email. Let's see, there she is. Motivated seller, Sierra Vista, 132 units. 132 units. Seller is motivated. They also are willing to do creative finance. It's been on the market for over 258 days. These brokers are highly motivated. They're coming towards 100 days away from a year having this listing. So they're hyper motivated. Cool. Great. So I'm going to look at this and go, these guys are brokers. They're going to care about credibility more than anything else. What is your credibility? Do you own other assets? Do you know what you're talking about? Are you going to actually be able to close on this asset? This is very different than single family. You can see how her question led to a very specific answer that is different than a single family one. Pace, this is so overwhelming. No, it's not overwhelming. You have no actual literal questions. You don't have a question about a single problem. You're just absorbing information about other people's problems. Can I get a yes that is literally everybody's biggest problem is you are just learning to learn about other things that have nothing to do with you? Can we all get a yes that is your biggest problem? And the next biggest problem is you have no actual leads, which means you have no actual problems, which means you have no actual questions, which means nobody can give you an actual answer or guidance whatsoever. That is actually your biggest problem. Give me a yes. I got 1,000 people on Zoom right now. Okay. Cool. I have a funding problem I need funding for my local laundromat, but I'm networking. Okay, I love it. Love it. Okay, so Jenia, the right thing for us to do is get both of these brokers on an email chain with me. And what we'll do is we'll set up a call with me and my multifamily team, and we'll have a very credible, professional call showing them our credibility before we even submit an offer and start negotiating. Because the way to build rapport in multifamily is to show credibility. And for us to show credibility, we don't want to be doing it through text message. It's a little less formal. We want to do it a little bit more formal in multifamily, especially when two brokers and a whole office is involved. We're going to send out an email. I'll copy me, you, and Ryan, who's my multifamily team, and we'll have a great call with them, and we'll say, hey, we're really interested in the Sierra Vista deal. We own 161 units about 2 hours away from there. We'd love to add this to our portfolio. Immediately, we have a lot of rapport because we have a lot of credibility. The only thing they care about, they don't care about our favorite color. They don't care about where we're from. They care, can these knuckleheads close on this transaction that we've had for 258 days? Genia knows this. I'm just using Genia's lead as a way to educate everybody else. So Genia, that's what I would do. Set it up, copy me on an email with the 2 brokers, and let's make the call.
Okay, I'll do that today. And
amazing. Sorry, you're muted. Go ahead.
So I should ask them when they are available or suggest a couple of times?
Yeah, just say, here's an easy way to do it. Copy me on an email. You obviously have my email. And say, hey, brokers, this is Pace Morby. He's my business partner. When are sometimes that we can all get together and that works next week? Pace is traveling, but he's open next week. What time works for you guys? And we'll go back and forth via email until we figure it out.
I appreciate you so much, Pace. I learn so much every time you speak, and I'm super excited about the unlimited possibilities of this community. The resources are here. There's more resources.
Okay, well, we've lost this woman. She is sadly walking around her city, okay? So I don't want to turn this into Q&A. I'm going to say this again. If you have a question that is unrelated to what I'm talking about, lower your hand, because I will be very abrupt and rude to you today, because I need this as a recording that will help people in the future. Meaning that if you come in, you deviate me and go, Pace, I have this issue about X, Y, and Z, and and it has nothing to do, where do I start and where do I go next? And it doesn't help the audience that's watching this in a year or in 2 years. Please, for the love of mercy, do me a favor. If you even appreciate me, lower your freaking hand, okay? Taylor Bell, what do you have for me today? How can I help you?
Hey, Pace, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I actually have a question that's related to the transitioning and goal setting. Okay. So basically my question is kind of tied to identity. How much of who you are becoming versus who are you achieving? Or like, what is the right way to say this? I know where I want to go, and I joined a team with actually an Owners Club member who's guiding me well, but I'm trying to figure out how to structure my time to make sure that I'm positioning myself in between what makes me money currently and where I would like to move in the future. What's the best way to transition for that?
Okay, so I want to make sure that Taylor Bell we're very clear here. So Taylor, thank you for pointing this out to me. You are actually no longer asking me a question of where to start, because you've already gotten started, which I love. And we'll talk about maybe what's the transition beyond that. But what I need to do is backtrack to where you got started so that people can get value from what question you're actually currently asking me, if that's all right. So yeah. Taylor Bell, thank you for taking action and joining an Owners Club members team. Freaking amazing. This is why I train those Owners Club members to help lead the community. It's the reason why I built Owners Club, is to provide value to you. I broke my back for 15 years to build a brand, to train those people in Owners Club, to turn around and love on you. And the fact that you are taking action on that multi-million dollar resource makes me have a big smile. Thank you so much. So Taylor, what is the strategy that you see yourself ending up in the future?
So I would like to see myself ending up somewhere sort of where Jaron Levy is in multifamily commercial.
Okay, cool. So you want to be in commercial stuff. Cool. And commercial is very vast and it changes dramatically. Like Duran will go and do a boutique hotel, right? One of the nicest hotels in the country. Duran built, made $20 million on. He's also doing a big multifamily development that I'm a partner on that deal. He also will go and do 5 or 6 single family homes that are all spec homes that are multi-million dollar deals. He's a developer. So the main thing I want you to understand is that Duran is a developer. Are you wanting to develop deals or do you want to just own deals?
Both. And so actually he's the team member I joined. And so he is doing multifamily and development. And so he's trying to transition people's focus to that. But I would like to be a kind of a buy and hold owner, and then also add on development later on to expand the multifamily in the same kind of assets he is.
Okay, cool. So here's what I would suggest I think you did is that you joined a team a little preemptively that you probably should not have joined if you were not ready to be doing development. You want to do development in the future. I'm not saying leave Duran's team. Not suggesting that at all. I'm just saying, I think you jumped on the wrong team. And so you're going to be conflicted, which is the conflicting question that you're asking right now is like, well, I need today money. The problem with commercial and development is it doesn't provide today money unless you're hyper creative and you over raise capital preemptively and you pay yourself along the way. That is the only way to do that. And when you're on somebody's team, that's not happening. The other problem about development and commercial is the frequency of deals. Okay, so this goes back to the question I ask everybody at the beginning. A, do you need today money? Well, guess what, Taylor, you do. And you joined a team that doesn't really provide today money, but I will give you some suggestions for some things, okay? So B, you joined a non-today money team and you want today money and you also want tomorrow money, which is super helpful, obviously, when you're doing development. Then C, you want forever money because you want to own big assets and you want a big multifamily stuff. You want basically the whole world. I love it. I love everything about it. Let's just admit exactly what your problem is. Do we see why we're a little bit conflicted right now? Like, man, I'm on a team and I'm getting a lot of value and he's guiding me and this is amazing, but I'm also conflicted because I really should be spending my time on some today money. And that's not exactly what I'm getting from the Duran team.
Can I clarify just a tiny bit?
As long as it doesn't deviate me from my point, yes. You need to remember when you're on a training that is going to be used for an evergreen training for 2, 3, 4 years in the future, I have to keep everything concise and it doesn't need to be perfect. And so if there's a little bit of defensiveness of like, Pace, you didn't say that exactly perfect.
Yeah, no, of course.
I understand. I'm not saying everything perfect. I'm trying to do it for 1,000 people that are on Zoom.
No, of course. And I understand.
Do we need to clarify?
Kind of, yeah. So I actually joined as his executive assistant so I can learn from him. So it's not really today money for that. My today money is acquisitions for him. So I'm kind of doing both.
Okay, so if you're an executive assistant, you should be on a payroll. Is that correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so the today money is taken care of. If you have a job, your today money is taken care of. This is also very, 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 and very, very important. Thank you, Taylor, for clarifying that. Thank you. Guys, if you have a W-2 job, think 50,000 times whether you should jump into wholesaling real estate or bird dogging deals. Because what that is also a job in real estate. Wholesaling is a job in real estate. Being an agent is a job in real estate. If you have a job that you like, you don't need more today money in real estate. So Taylor, you should not be looking for wholesale deals or fix and flips or doing any today money activities outside of the W-2 job that you have with Duran Levy as his executive assistant. Okay, so your today money is scratched off. Stop asking about more today money. You already have that box checked, period. Okay, can we close that chapter?
Yes.
Okay, now let's re-ask the question. Now, is that helpful for other people? I'm not talking to Taylor, I'm talking through Taylor to everybody else. Is that helpful for other people in here of like, well, I was thinking about jumping into wholesale. Okay, are you prepared at some point? Are you doing that to quit your job? Wholesale is another job. It's a higher paying job, but are you ready to jump into wholesale to quit your job at some point? Is that what you want to do? Or is it better for you to keep your job and buy assets on the side to ultimately quit your job and skip the wholesale? I would tell you guys, if you already have a W-2, okay, if you have a W-2, this really is as good as most wholesale businesses are ever going to be, okay? What you should be doing is just keeping your W-2. Whether it's working for somebody in Owners Club, working for somebody in SubTo, get that active income, that's your W-2. Good, you're taken care of, your bills are paid, okay? Now, if you need a job and you're broke, then either go get a W-2 or go wholesale or go bird dog. The vast majority of people that are wholesaling and bird dogging are not making $300,000 a year, period. The vast majority of people. So the best thing for you to do is just go, I'm going to keep my job, but I'm going to spend my time buying 1 RV park a year or 5 mobile home parks a year, or I'm going to do 3 Airbnb. Please, for the love of God, don't do Airbnb. You will regret it, but very few people are successful in it. Taylor Bell. So you want, now let's re-clarify the question. I hope that a lot of people got value from this. Let's re-clarify the question. You have joined a team with Duran Levy because you did exactly what I asked you to. You went and said, I want to work around somebody that's doing commercial. Pace created all these places for me to plug into because Pace built an actual real community, not a mentorship, not a freaking course, but an actual community of real live people that are doing real live deals that I can go plug into, that is a multi-million dollar resource center. And I took action on it because I'm a freaking genius named Taylor Bell. Now, I really want to spend my time doing some other things. What are some of those other things that you want to do? Help me understand that.
I want to focus on acquisitions for multifamily, so that I can come in and kind of JV alongside Duran or someone like Duran throughout the community. So that way I can build a buy and hold. Are you a single woman?
Or you got kids? What's going on? What's your personal life look like?
I homeschool. I am a wife, and my husband is on the road for months, like a month at a time. So my time is limited, but you know, we build for our priorities, and my priority is this. So I make the time for that. Okay, so can I be very clear with everybody? Has she already gotten started? Yes or no? If you say no, I'm going to jump through the Zoom and beat you so hard. Has she gotten started, which is the whole purpose of the Zoom? Has she gotten started? Answer the question in the side chat. Has she gotten started? Yes or no? Cool. So jumping on somebody else's team, getting experience, being in the circumference is getting started. Now, when you're saying, I want to do more, you're asking a completely unrelated question because you've already checked the box of where do I get started? I have to hammer home on this 100 times or else people are going to go, oh, she hasn't gotten started yet. No, you have. You have gotten started and you have massive momentum and you've said that. I just want to make sure I'm double, quadruple, 1,000 times clear that everybody understands you have already answered this question. Okay. Okay. Cool. Understood. So you're not allowed to ask me the question of how do I get started ever again. Now, how can I pivot or add more is a question that you are allowed to add. Hey, Pace, I've already gotten started. This community has changed my life. Is beyond my experience, like everything I even imagined this community was ever going to be 10 times more than I ever expected. However, I now want to do more than I thought was even possible for me a couple of months ago. I want to do more. How would you advise me to time block and manage my W-2 that I have? Do you see I'm asking the question in a better way? Yes, I do. Okay. I'm not trying to chastise you. I'm trying to actually educate 1,000 people simultaneously while I'm answering your question. Okay. Cool. And I hate to harp on this because you get new people that are going to go, why is she asking the questions? That means she hasn't gotten started? Pace, you literally just said this 45 seconds ago. I know. Taylor, you've been on Zooms with me that I have to say the same thing 7 times until finally people get it, correct? Yes, all the time. Okay, I'm going to ask this question one more time for everybody. Has she done the impossible of getting started? Has she already gotten that $1 million value? Has she already gotten massive momentum? Has she already changed her life? Is she already on a pathway that's going to give her massive forward momentum and movement? And she's going to meet the people and already has met the people. Man alive, this woman has done so many things. Do we all agree? Give me a yes, 1,000 yeses. I see about 400 yeses. Where are the 600 people that are lazy typing their fingers? Cool. There we go. Has this been valuable for everybody? Give me a scale out of 1 out of 10. How valuable has this been to you for the first hour and 30 minutes? Okay. Now, we have a different question, which I will give to you the answer. I really wish we could answer this question in more depth in a longer Zoom that's unrelated to this. So I'll give you a short question, then I want you to come into a jam session and chat with me a little bit more in depth, okay? Cool. So if I were you, my friend, I would spend my time right here in the SubTo calendar. I would choose 1 or 2 Zooms a week to build some new relationships in SubTo with people that are doing multifamily deals. Right here on Tuesday, we have everybody that's underwriting multifamily is on Tuesday. Okay. And if you want to go into the underwriting, like West Coast Daily Dial is really, really good on Friday morning to meet people that are underwriting and also doing the acquisition. So in the morning time, 5 a.m. through 9 a.m., this is, by the way, Arizona time. All of these times are Arizona time. All of these first 2 layers of Zooms, the green layer on the top, the neon layer on the top, green layer that's second down, all of these are acquisition-based Zooms.
People that are wanting to do acquisitions and do outreach and find deals, those are primarily for acquisition people. So you will find other people that are already multiple steps ahead of you on the multifamily acquisition side. Then the other Zoom you should be participating in every single week is underwriting multifamily opportunities on Tuesday. You're going to meet the people you need to collaborate with and keep each other accountable. If I were you, Taylor, here's my next week's goal. Taylor needs to have a Taylor Bell circle that is the multifamily accountability group for Taylor. Maximum 3 people. Meet those people in the daily dials. Meet those people in the underwriting Zooms. You have an accountability group. You guys meet every week after one of the Zooms. What did we talk about? What are we going to do this week? How many offers are we going to submit? All of those things, get an accountability group with other people in SubTo that are already doing multifamily. That is my next step. What I would be doing, inch by inch is a cinch, Taylor. Yard by yard is hard. What's tough is that a lot of people go, I want to submit 1,000 offers in multifamily. No. What if in 30 days, okay, let's draw a picture of what I want you to have done in 30 days, okay? In 30 days, this is the problem with, you don't have a lot of time, but I would just tell you, maybe read The Gap and the Gain. It's a great book talking about how you'll never be happy because you're an achiever. People like me and you we're not meant to be happy. We're meant to die dissatisfied because we didn't accomplish everything we wanted to. And I want to remind you that you've accomplished a lot. I'm super proud of you, okay? So what I would do is in 30 days, Taylor, this is what needs to have accomplished. What needs to be true for Taylor to be happy in the next 30 days? She's already gotten started. She's already done the thing. She's already gotten the value from the SubTo community. Now she's going to freaking wring the piss out of the SubTo community for the next 20 freaking years because you've already gotten over the hump of getting started. Taylor A needs to have an accountability group that she finds through the daily dial and the multifamily underwriting Zooms that are done every single week, okay? B, you guys need to meet for 45 minutes every single week talking about what are the offers that you guys are going to be submitting and who are your buyers. What I would be doing is I would actually separate, I would get 3, 4, or 5 other people and go, all right, you're in charge of generating leads, you're in charge of underwriting, you're in charge of finding more buyers in the SubTo community for us to buy deals, and now you've got a full-on responsibility matrix. I want you to write down that word. What's the responsibility matrix for the 3, 4, or 5 people that are in my accountability team? Responsibility matrix that says, okay, well, Taylor's going to do this, so-and-so's going to do this, so-and-so's going to do this. This is our little team of multifamily acquisition people. And then what I want you to do is I want you to have a JV agreement or some sort of partnership agreement, not an LLC, not a company, but it's an accountability agreement maybe, that just says we are going to work with each other for the next 90 days. And after the 90 days, we're going to see what happens and maybe either extend the 90 days or we're going to disband the relationship and go find new relationships. We're going to release each other with love. Okay, this accountability group, Taylor, is meant to disband within 6 months or less, or form or morph. Okay, it is not a marriage. It is a friendship that is a stepping stone to the next step for you. Is that helpful?
Yes, that's super helpful. But
okay,
you always bring so much value. So thank you.
Okay, so if you had that accomplished in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even 4 weeks, would you feel like you've just accomplished a massive milestone in the what's next chapter for Taylor Bell?
I want to be honest with you. I am an overachiever, so no. But yes, that is a huge
Why did I tell you to read The
would...
Gap and the Gain? Because I knew that you wouldn't be happy with the 30-day goal. I knew your personality. I talk to 30,000 people every single year. I knew your personality preemptively before I gave you your goal. I was like, this lady's going to have a problem with this. The good thing is I'm talking to 1,000 people right now that all need to hear kind of a generic answer. Yeah. You and me are very similar in the way, like, most people need a don't turn right on red sign because most people are stupid. I recognize that most rules in life actually do not pertain to me because I'm not dumb. You're not dumb either. I'm going to give you a generic goal, and it's literally, like, I'm sure you and I are very similar, unless you have your kids. If you're driving by yourself and you're at a 4-way stop, it's all red, it's red lights and nobody's there, it's freaking 11 o'clock at night, you're like, I'm not waiting, I'm driving through the red light. That's stupid. Yes. Most people don't have the balls to do that. And so they have to be told, oh my, what to do next all the time, right? They also need larger goals that they are okay failing 15 times, restarting 4 times, and then ultimately accomplishing that within that month. You can accomplish what I just said less than 2 weeks, and you can have it perfect in 3 weeks or less. The problem is if I said that to everybody else and they're listening to generic advice, they'd be like, wow, that sounds really fast. That sounds like I can't do that. So yes, I do agree with you. You will accomplish that faster than I just gave you the time frame.
Thank you, Pace.
No problem. Hey, you know how to think? You want to know how to thank me?
How?
You've already done it by taking action and getting started and listening to joining people's teams and owners club. You will also thank me in the community by doing what Duran Levy's doing for you. Duran Levy, who's a brother of mine, is thanking me on a daily basis by creating a space for you. You, my friend, will do the same. You have the personality of passing the torch. And so the way you thank me in this community is doing what others have done for you. And I appreciate you tremendously. You're going to be a freaking killer.
Thanks, Pace.
Okay, have I told you at least once? Maybe I'll tell you a second time. I'm very proud of you, and everybody else in here is proud of you as well.
Yes.
Can we all say I'm proud of this woman in the side chat? Mom, super mom, juggling things, executive assistant, following instructions, taking action, saying what's next, figuring it for the freak out. You're a gangster, Taylor, and you deserve everything that you have coming down your pipeline. I'm super proud of you. And everybody else in the side chat is super proud of you too. Okay. I am happy to continually answer these questions, okay? But I want to tell you guys, as you run into these problems and you don't have leads, your biggest problem is going to be different than hers. Her problem is she's already gotten started. She has active income. She's collaborating with the people in the community that she needs access to, okay? She's already done that. So if you have a question that is unrelated and I have to repivot and then have to reshape your question to make sure it pertains to the people in this Zoom, I will cut you off very abruptly and it will be rude. And then people will be saying, why is Pace so rude? I told you ahead of time. If you ask me a question that's unrelated to the topic that I'm creating right now, this is an evergreen video, I will cut you off abruptly and rudely. Okay. Seema Wise, what do you got for me today?
Hi, Pace. Thank you so much.
What do you have? No problem. How can I help you?
So I have taken the steps. I have joined the Owners Club team member, and I am on their team. I'm a connector, so the question is related to it, and I want to thank you a ton of times what you're doing for us. My only thing is right now, how do I get my active income, because it's like a dire need right now.
Okay, cool. So again, guys, anybody that says where I need active income is missing what? I don't know why Seema is doing this to me, but she's making me prove to you guys that nobody listens to me. I literally spend the first hour and 40 minutes answering this question, and it goes all the way back to here. Let's go back to it. So Seema, you know what you want to do. Okay, you know what you want to do. You know your asset. You know the usage. You're a connector, okay? And you are now missing deal flow. This is your biggest problem. You're missing deal flow. So the question should not be, how do I get my active income up? That's not the question. You already know what the real question is, which is, hey, Pace, how do I get my deal flow up? Because I was
about to ask you, sorry. I was about to ask you that. How can I do my deal flow better so I can
Where do I get more leads for what I'm specifically working on, right? That's actually what I would be doing. Yes. So when you say I'm a connector, are you primarily raising capital for other people's projects? Is that what you're primarily doing?
No, not at the moment. I am just doing the Gator connector to connect people for lending.
Okay, this is super simple. Here's what I would be doing. You need active income right now. This will change your freaking life. I love the question. You already know what you're going to work on. You're in Gator, which means you're going to be lending, right? We go back to there's 5 ways to make money. You can wholesale, you can fix and flip, you can buy and hold, you can lend, or you can be a service provider. You are a service provider to people who are lending, right? You're playing the go-between. You are a service provider. You're joining other people's team and you're being a connector. I love it. So do we know what our strategy is? Yes, we do. Now we need to know where our opportunities are. So watch this, Seema. And if you don't want to spend the money on this, you can ask somebody else in the community to give you access to their software, but this is exactly what I would be doing. I would go step number one. And by the way, there's a Zoom inside of Gator that we do this all on, and it's done live on a weekly basis, and you are not attending it. Otherwise, you would already know this answer. So go into dealsauce.io.
Okay.
And what you to do is I want you to go to Find Investors. Click on Find Investors. And I want you to click on, I don't even care where you go. What city are you in right now?
Austin, Texas.
Okay, love Austin. Let's go to Austin, Texas, and let's find out how many people are in Austin, Texas that are actively doing deals in Austin, Texas. These are the people that need money, correct?
Right.
Okay, I would go and start with the people that are doing 20, I'd probably say 30 flips a month or 30 flips a year or less. So start on number 14, and I would reach out to every single one of these people, and I would simply ask them, by the way, there's 3,055 of them. Genuinely, I know this sounds crazy, but this is lead generation, right? Because now your biggest problem right now is you don't have opportunities, which is amazing. It goes right back to the thing. Over and over and over and over. The only questions you should ever ask are, hey, I need help with figuring out my strategy. Cool. I need help with figuring out my lead flow. Cool. Now your lead flow will tell you what your next question is. Okay. So for example, if I go into the Gator calendar, okay, if you are in, oops, I almost ended this whole entire Zoom. We don't want to do that. If I'm in Gator, I should know that I have a Gator calendar, and I should look at the Gator calendar and go, who in Gator can help me answer these questions that I have going on? Oh my gosh, this is hilarious, Seema. Check this out. Seema, you're going to be so embarrassed, and I'm going to embarrass you with love.
Sure.
What is going on literally right now?
The bonus Tuesday with Timanowski.
What is Tumanowski literally doing right now? He has a lead generation Zoom going on literally right now on Deal Sauce, which is literally what I'm showing you.
Okay.
Isn't that ironic that you are in a Zoom with me wondering what should I do next, and you have a live resource that is available to you every single Tuesday for the rest of your life? Okay, so do we all also agree that most people's problem, I don't mean to be rude to anybody, but sometimes we need a little smack on the booty, and we need to be reminded that we do not like to pay attention as human beings because the world is so busy. We spend so much time scrolling Instagram. We spend all this time doing whatever. We're busy, we're busy, we're busy. But literally, Seema, it's almost like if I paid you $1,000 right now to come in and literally ask me this question during the time that somebody in the live portion of our private community that you invested in is literally sitting there going, I hope somebody shows up today so I can show them how to generate live lead generation for their connecting business. I couldn't have staged something any better. Is it a little bit crazy that you're in here asking this question and there's a live Zoom going on right now?
It is perfect because I am, and I need that direction and that, words and everything that you're saying because I need that, and I am gonna.
You need a good karate chop. When am I going to see you? I need to give you a massive karate chop. I'm going to see you in Austin.
You're coming to Austin in January on the 24th. I'm going to San Antonio
you better
and
wear
Austin.
you better wear a scarf, or better wear something around your neck because I'm straight up coming for the neck with a karate chop. Okay,
Perfect.
so now let me give you a little bit of a direction here. Okay,
thank you.
What's going to happen is when you go to the lead gen. Okay. And Deal Sauce can be used for any one of these types of things, but I need active income. Cool. Well, I just looked in Deal Sauce and I found that there's 5,033 people that are actively borrowing money in my town. Right now, they're actively borrowing money in my town. The next question I should ask is, well, how do I get a hold of them? So I would go into that Zoom with Justin, right? Amazing community member. This is people that don't understand our community have no idea. They think I run a course. They think I run a mentorship. Those are for losers. This is Justin Tumanowski, who has been my friend for 5 years, who I helped get his first deals and help him become a multimillionaire. He is passing the torch backwards and helping you become a multimillionaire by running a Zoom, and he will answer your questions based on your real problems. You don't deserve to ask another question until you ask this question. Justin, how do I get a hold of these people and what is my script for texting them. So what you should be doing, Seema, is all you should be doing this. Do you know how fast I could text 5,033 people? I could literally text all 5,033 people in with the community's help in probably 1 week or less. How many people in here, if all I did was I text every one of those 5,000 people, I said, hey, my name is Seema. I saw you did a project. I'd love to offer you capital for your next project. When do you have a project coming down the line? If that's all you did is you send that text 5,000 times over the course of a week, how many people would reply back to you out of that? 10%? Yeah. 10% of people reply back. You could even text them a video. Hey, my name is Seema. I'm not somebody in, overseas. I'm actually here in Austin, Texas. I have access to capital. I'd love to fund your deal. If you sent that to 5,033 people, 10% of them are going to reply. That's 500 people. Now you, my friend, have 500 problems that you now have to start asking questions for in the live Zooms inside of the Gator community. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you now know how to get your active income up?
Yes, definitely.
Do you now know where to get your help?
Yes.
Does that help ever go away once you're in the community?
Oh, this is great.
Okay. You,
Thank
my
you.
friend, better wear a scarf because when I see you, you're getting a full-on karate chop. Might even get 2 of them. If I don't get you hard enough on the first one, you're getting a second one very hard. Okay. All right. Let's go to Tyler. Tyler, what's up, brother?
Hey man, how's it going?
Really good. Please tell me this has to do with what we're talking about.
It does. So I'm kind of in a dilemma. I'm in my 0 to hero phase. Okay. I know what my goal and target is.
Okay, hold on. Let's start there. Let's make sure we don't get too far ahead of people because we got to remember we got 1,000 people here and plus a couple hundred people on YouTube, right? So we got Tyler here, everybody. Tyler, it knows what he wants to focus on. Tyler, what do you want to focus on?
I need to focus on my today money so that I can then turn it into tomorrow money to join the community and grow.
Okay, got it. You need today money. Okay, cool. So you're not inside my community. You have no access to that amazing Zoom
just the free Facebook group.
Okay, cool. The free Facebook group is great, but the problem with the free Facebook group, it's not filtered, it's not vetted. You got people in there that I don't know, right? I don't know those people. They're not trained by me. 10% of that free Facebook group are my community members. The other 90% are not, right?
Yeah, I'd say my experience, it's been a lot of people that's working on that same community joining part, but not people that are actively buying with money in hand.
Okay, cool. What city are you in?
I'm in Mobile, Alabama right now. I just moved back down from Cincinnati.
Okay, cool. You're in Alabama. Love it. All right, awesome. So when you're brand new and you don't have access to people, relationships, resources, those skills, Zooms that I provide for my community members for their whole life, you don't have access to that stuff. So you got to rely on YouTube and ChatGPT and those types of things. Here's what I would do, okay? If I were you, I would say, all right, I'm going to go and bird dog for people. Have you watched some of my bird dog content?
I have. I've actually got people bird dogging for me in multiple states and cities.
Okay, cool. So you have people bird dogging for you. Are you buying?
I'm in the process of wholesaling or assigning a deal. So, I've got deal leads myself. I can't find the buyer because I don't have access to those relationships.
Okay, cool. You want me to show you how to find buyers?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Watch how easy it is for you to find buyers. Okay, I'll do this for free, not on the software I would normally use, but I'll use it on software that's completely free. If I go to propwire.com, okay, go to propwire.com. I'm going to log in. I do have a paid account, but you don't need a paid account. You can do this all for free, okay? I think that's my password. Please, for the love of mercy.
The password is karate chop.
Yeah, seriously. Let's see here. Why wouldn't it just want to do this for me? Okay, well, let's go Google, see if I can get it. Okay, cool. All right, so I would go to PropWire. I would go to where are you bird dogging deals? Please tell me you're not all over the place.
Cincinnati and then here on the Gulf Coast, the only 2 areas.
Okay, so let's go to Cincinnati, for example. Okay, Cincinnati, Iowa, Cincinnati, Ohio. Which one?
Ohio.
Cool. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go to lead types. I'm going to go down to cash buyers, and it's going to give me 77,974 results. Now, the challenge with these buyer that you're going to have is they're unfiltered. It's very similar like the free Facebook group, right? Okay. You need to change the filter, and you need to come in here and you need to go, all right, let's go to owner filters. Let's go down to what I want. I want people that have owned the property or have done this many deals, and you want to filter it down to a couple of hundred, and then you're going to reach out to those people and say, hey, can I bring you deals? These are all legitimate buyers, but you need to find out what buyers you want by fiddling with the filters. Like, okay, well, do I want owner filters? Do I want them in state? Well, I don't care, so I'm not going to click on that. I want them individual because it'll be easier for me to reach out to them individually rather than through a business or a bank trust. Are they a cash buyer? Yes. Let me save and close and see if it goes down. Okay, so it dropped 30 something thousand results. Well, that's not good enough. I don't need 42,000 buyers. All right, years of ownership, properties owned by owner. So let's say I want people that have owned at least 15, max 100, and I want to save and close. Okay, there you go. Now I'm down to 1,635. So let's go crazy. Let's go to owner filters. Let's go back down to 25. Okay. And let's change it to like 30. See if we can get this down to like a couple hundred. Okay, dang. Still 1,635. What you would normally want to do is you want to just mess around with this until you get to like, less than a couple hundred.
Okay.
Okay. And because you're not going to reach out to 1,635 buyers, it's too much, it's overwhelming. So dwindle it down. And then here's the problem with not having a lot of money is you're now going to have to take their name, right? Because you're going to see their name on here. It's going to be completely free. And then you're going to have to do the manual labor, right? You either have time or you have money. Right now you don't have money. So you should have time. If you don't have time and you don't have money, I ask you, what the hell are you doing with your time? What you want to do is you want to go to freepeoplesearch.com. Okay, freepeoplesearch.com will allow you to get these people's contact information without paying for it. It's just a manual, longer-term process that doesn't cost you any money. So you can use PropWire for free. So you can go to getpropwire.com, or you can go to DealSauce if you actually want to spend $97 a month, dealsauce.io. Or if you're inside of the community, guys, here's what I would do. If I need buyers inside the community, here's what I would do. Very simple. I would go into the early morning Zooms where all the acquisition people are. I would also go into the connection Zooms, 7 p.m. every single or 3 nights a week, and then the Saturday connection Zoom. I would go into those places, or I would go into our buyers list inside of the community that's showing people that are actually buying deals. We actually have a software launch coming out in SubTo in about 9 months that will literally show you everybody that's closing deals, that are uploading and saying, hey, I just closed a deal, will verify and show you guys on the blockchain that that person actually closed a deal. Verified buyers, that's about 9 months away from being launched. So if you're in SubTo watching this right now, you'll have access to that. Just email support@subto.com. Tyler, did I give you the help you needed?
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So Tyler's working on it. Love it. It's tough not being in the community. You don't have all the resources, but that's cool too. Nephi, what do you have for me today?
Hey, Paige, how's it going?
Really good. What do you got?
Can you hear? So how to structure a LLC with having...
Okay, wrong question, wrong Zoom. Love you, brother, but the wrong question, wrong Zoom. Joel Rivera, how you doing, brother? How can I help you today? Joel, you got to unmute yourself, brother.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm new to the community. I can basically try to do anything as soon as I learn it. I'm like you, I'm hands-on. And what I can start before you come to Orlando, of course. And
okay, so again, Joel, I love you. I'm going to be really mean to you because you're acting like you haven't listened to me. Joel.
I just have a couple of things that I was listening to.
No. You're asking the wrong question, so you're going to get in trouble. Here you go. Joel, what do you want to do? Do you want to wholesale, fix and flip, or buy and hold? Do you want to lend money, or which one do you want to do? Don't ask me. Tell me what you want to do.
Well, I want to start making money and generating some wealth to then I could.
No. Too generic. What do you need? Do you need today money? Do you need
tomorrow
today money? Okay, Joel. I love it. You're paying attention, Joel.
Well, I did join
Oh,
Dave Marsh group in WhatsApp.
okay, there you go. So you've already gotten started, bro. I love it. David Marsh is a killer acquisition guy inside of the SubTo community. You've already gotten started. He focuses on wholesale, which
Right.
is today money. You've
Right.
already gotten started. You just joined. You joined somebody's team. You're getting value, and your question is, where do I start?
Well, I mean,
My question to you is, are you crazy?
I'm crazy enough to try to do everything that I can to
Okay,
generate.
do you know how, what, you speak Spanish, right?
I speak Spanish,
Okay, how do
English,
we say the word, patience in Spanish? How do we say it? How do we say the word patience in Spanish?
paciente,
Okay.
paciencia,
Okay, do you have any of that?
paciencia. Yes, I do.
Okay, you do? Are you sure? Because you just joined the community. You've already joined somebody's team who is a proven closer, and he is doing exactly what you want to do. And you're asking me, what can I do to get started?
The thing is, when he mentioned wholesaling, I was like, I don't know if I wanted to do that because, you know, I've done a lot of research on.
Okay, Joel, go.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna fix this. Okay.
Okay.
If you are unsure, this is a great question. You are unsure, then anything will work.
Okay.
If you are unsure, then anything will work. Your research is stupid. Every single piece of research you're doing, if it did not make you sure what you want to work on, then literally work on anything. Working on the wrong thing is better than working on no thing.
Now let me ask you something, right? Because I looked at lands.
No, I love you. You already have gotten started. You are already on a team. This person that you are on the team is an incredible human being, will help you close deals. They have been in the community for 4 years. You already have gotten started. You are working on a wholesale team. Give this man 90 days. Dedicate yourself to that man for 90 days. He knows the systems, the operations. He knows how to close deals. He will help you get your first deal. That is what this community is for. If you deviate from this plan in 90 days, you are a quitter. And you, my friend Joel, you are not a quitter. Give this man 90 days. You've already gotten started. Okay. How many people also have had this problem where you literally have chosen a path and you just deviate 2 seconds later? How many people have had this problem? Isn't it crazy that he literally joins the community, he gets on David Marsh's team, who is a killer on the phone, one of the best deal acquisition people in the entire community, one of the great leaders. We love David Marsh. He joins David Marsh's team 2 days ago, and his question is, how do I get started? How many people have deviated too soon from the path that you chose? Give me a me or a yes. Now, you might have a bigger problem. Your bigger problem is this. You might have trauma. You might have fear of success. Nobody in your family is successful. Nobody in your family has money. Anybody in your family will be happy and proud of you for being successful. And so you self-sabotage. Save your trauma for your mama or save your trauma for your freaking therapist. We don't have time for that crap. I recognize it exists, but I'm an adult, so I can handle it. And I go, you know what? This is my actual problem. I have trauma from past. I have a fear of success. So you know what I know what the path is? It's just do it for 90 days and my life will change. Okay? There you go. Man, it's amazing that you joined one of the greatest acquisition people in the community. It's done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of deals. And your question is, what can I do? Okay, so one of the big parts of how do I get started? Guys, does he have a how do I get started question anymore? Does he have a how do I get started question anymore? Yes or no? Nope, he's already answered that question. I'm past that point. Cool. What do I do now would be maybe a different question. Okay? Awesome. Miria Lima, I trust the women more than I trust the men. Some of you men are just straight up knuckleheads.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
What up, Miria? How you doing? I can hear you.
Good. I follow you by Claudia. I'm super host, and I'm
Yeah,
here.
I love Claudia. She's awesome.
Yes, I'm here. Try do a Airbnb. We have multiple Airbnb. We buy a house, fix it up, and rent bedroom. What happened? I would like go the multifamily, and I was thinking about refinance my property and take the a lock, I think is the name correctly. I'm from Brazil. I'm so sorry about my English. But I would like to know what do you recommend for me go the multi-family and not only take you one property, single family, cut it off, 5 room and 11 room and rent by the room. Because sometimes it's a lot job for me and my daughter. And we come from Brazil. We have a violence husband. He hurt us. We started this new project and I suffer a lot. And I learned how be a woman in the United States, learning English. And sometimes it's hard. We found people to hurt us. And I have now criminal case against me for one guy tried to take money and told I had 5 million in property. And it's not true, no? But I try organize my life better. And sometimes I try budget things together. And it's hard because I don't have family here and learning English and start at zero, not having anyone to support you, not having a husband, and having people try to take advantage. And sometimes I try work hard and do my own decision in this situation. And people doesn't understand how it's hard for me to be a mother, father, and work in this project and grow. And sometimes I feel uncomfortable, make a step, and my daughter keep asking me for waiting more. I think it's too much. You do it too much. You have Woodbridge property for 11 room. You have Rockview one for 10 rooms to rent. We live in one Airbnb, for you understand. And sometimes I'm afraid to question people and ask questions, but I think you are the great guy can help me make my own decision based in knowledge you have. And I don't want to make it one decision. We can lose the house we live for. I live in this house in Rockville, and I was thinking about.
So Miria, listen to me.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. I understand. Okay. Were you at the beginning of my Zoom when I talked to the first lady at the very, very beginning?
Yes, I was here.
Do you really need me to go do that whole thing again, or can you just take the exact thing I told her at the very beginning?
I can take her.
Okay. What do you speak? Portuguese?
Portuguese, my lingua. I understand Spanish.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Why does Miria speak Portuguese?
Because I'm from Brazil. I'm born in Brazil.
No, that's not correct. Are there other people in Brazil that are born in Brazil that don't speak Portuguese?
Yes.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with Portugal. It has nothing to do with Brazil.
But you learn in culture, you know?
The answer is this. This is the answer. The reason you speak Portuguese is because of the people around you speak Portuguese. The reason that you are dealing with trauma is why? This is your problem. And this is most people's problem. You speak Portuguese because you hang out with people that speak Portuguese. You have trauma because you hang out with the wrong people. You have an abusive husband because you hung out with an abusive husband. Why are you okay with an abusive husband? Because the people around you have taught you it's okay to allow that to happen to you. That is culturally acceptable in your circle. And so you persist and you stay in the problem because you are hanging out with the wrong people. Miria, if you hung out with me for 1 week, would I allow any of that to happen? Let's say you take this person out and you replace that person with Pace. Is your life going to change?
Yes.
let's say you take this person out and you replace it with another person inside the SubTo community. Is your life going to change?
Yes, you change.
The number one problem that everybody has is that y'all are speaking Portuguese and you think it's because it's where you were born. No, it's not. You don't speak Portuguese because of where you were born. You speak Portuguese because of who you were around. You have trauma because of who you are around. You have fear because of who you are around. You don't have guidance because of who you are around. How many people agree with this 100%? Say me in the side chat. This is your problem. You don't have sometimes you don't have where do I get started problem. The problem is your environment.
I left my environment for Brazil and I come United States for change the life and not speaking English in the time. Now I can talk to you in English, go to school and learn real estate. Is the reason we have 3 units.
Okay, cool. So now what do we want to do? Because you are an action taker. Okay, what do you want to do? Tell me what you want to do.
I want to take the HELOC and refinance the property, take the money out for multiply this property and go the multi-family, no bedrooms.
Okay, guys, do we agree that this is so off topic, but also somewhat on topic? It's not even remotely close to what we're talking about today. And I've asked you guys, please, for the love of God, do not come in here and ask me questions that are so off topic. I have to spin my magic to turn her problem into something that actually provides value to 900 plus people on Zoom and then people on YouTube. This is not okay for you guys to do this to me. I now have to solve her problem because I'm an empath and this is now a problem that I want to solve. But this is what I'm talking about. If I have another question that comes up that is so unrelated, I am muting you immediately. This is not okay. We are trying to create an evergreen Zoom that people can watch over and over and over. And I have asked multiple times to please not raise your hand when you do not have a question pertaining to getting started. Okay, you have a problem. You don't know how to reach out to me. You're not in my community. You don't have access to me. You follow me on social media. So you have a lack of actually being helped. And so you are raising your hand because this is your only chance to talk to me in any sort of forum. And so you're breaking what I asked you to do. Is that correct? Yes or no?
Yes, I would like it. Go the community and understand the process correctly for not make decision wrong.
Okay, so let's just solve the problem you currently have. I understand why you raised your hand. You raised your hand because you're like, I don't have access to you. You're now doing a free Zoom and you're giving me access. I'm going to utilize this time to just break your rule and I'm going to raise my hand. And even though you asked me 5 times not to raise my hand if I don't have a question about this topic, I'm still going to raise my hand because I'm so desperate to solve my problem. Totally get it. Okay, you need a refinance.
Yes.
Okay, what's stopping you?
The problem my daughter think is too risk. We can lose all the house and we can stay in the street. And she have it 21
so
years
Miria,
old.
One of the people that you are also around is your daughter. Is your daughter super experienced in real estate?
No.
Okay, so why are you taking real estate experience knowledge from somebody who's not experienced in real estate?
It's the reason I'm here in the live.
You speak Portuguese because you hang out with people who speak Portuguese. You second guess yourself because you hang out with people who second guess you. You are the mother, not the daughter. Why are you letting your daughter mother you? Are you the leader or is your daughter the leader?
I'm the leader.
Then tell your daughter to respectfully be quiet while the mother leads the family.
Oh, you think it's better I sell this property and buy one multifamily?
Sell the property and buy an RV park. Don't buy a multifamily property. A multifamily property, when you're a busy person, one of the biggest problems also that you're dealing with, Miria, is that you're an immigrant. And do you know what an immigrant's number one problem is delegation. You have a problem delegating. You do everything yourself. You don't go and delegate. You don't build teams. You are at the property yourself. I own hundreds of properties I've never seen before. Most of my immigrant students, the biggest problem they have to overcome is delegating and hiring other people. So the best way around that, instead of me just waving a magic wand and solving the problem, the best way around that is to actually say, let's not buy an asset that requires management. What you should go do, Miria, is you should get an RV park that cash flows and doesn't have any management. RV parks are not like multifamily. I would go and watch my free RV park training on YouTube. Sell the property, take the cash, roll it into an RV park. They do not require management. Multifamily properties require a lot of management, and you right now are having management nightmares. So if you have management nightmares, then don't buy a bigger management nightmare. Buy an asset type that will make you cash and avoid management nightmares. Is that clear?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, there's your answer. My friend, you are the leader of your family, not your daughter. You need to remind yourself of that. And the number one thing you need, okay, this is the number one thing you need. You want to be a wolf? Okay. If you want to be a wolf, my friend, you need to hang out with other wolves. You cannot hang out with little puppies. Your daughter is a puppy, and you're taking advice from a puppy, and you're trying to be a wolf. Miria, would you want to learn Chinese from me if I don't speak Chinese?
No, because you don't speak the fluent language.
Okay, so why are we taking advice from somebody who doesn't speak the language you're trying to learn?
Yes. She tried learn the statement, the real estate, but this is my question, afraid for something will happen with her, or we stay outside for the street.
Miria?
I understand.
I'll promise you this right now. You're not going to be on the streets. Ever. I'm going to tell you right now, and your personality type, I met hundreds of thousands of people. I'm going to tell you something as your brother. Your personality type will never be on the streets. You are too important. You have too much utility. You take too much action. You are too valuable. Somebody will utilize you and give you a job, worst case scenario. You will literally never be on the streets. Remove that fear from your brain right now and start hanging out with people that will make sure you feel that way every single day. You want to learn Chinese? Learn it from somebody from China. You want to learn how to be confident? Hang out with confident people. Stop taking advice from your daughter who is a puppy when you are trying to be a wolf. Okay, I didn't know this was going to turn into a mindset Zoom. Aaron, please, for the love of God, please help me by giving me a question that actually pertains to where do I get started?
I'm unmuted?
Yes, you are.
Hey, brother.
What's up?
Man, talking about a whirlwind, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, to get started, I'm right today money, like now.
Okay.
Bird dogging is where I want to go. I watched some of your videos. There's two parts to the equation, right? I need to get those buyers. The second part is to get those addresses to copy and paste. And so bottom line is, where's the best place to get more on the addresses side, the leads, the wholesalers, those I need to talk to get those addresses and then connect them with buyer.
Okay, great question.
I just found it, bro. So like, I'm not even SubTo. Like I've just started, and you tripped me out because your voice is a lot like a friend of mine in town. So.
Okay, so let's go to where you currently are so this helps other people. Okay, so you want today money, right? So you want today money.
Correct.
That would not be buying and holding. So I see a lot of people go, they see a Section 8 ad, right? The only thing that you should ever do with like Section 8 or let's say Airbnb or any of those asset types, the only thing you should be doing is wholesaling it, right? You should only be wholesaling any type of asset type. So I see a lot of people that are like, I'm brand new to this. Where do I start? Again, are you today money, tomorrow money, forever money? Do you have money to lend, or can you be a service provider? Aaron, you seem like a guy that grew up in some sort of blue collar trade, maybe like proximity to it. Is your father an engineer? What like, where did you grow up? How did you grow up? Like vocation, what was your parents' vocation?
My dad did many things. Last thing he did was work in sales.
Okay, what have you done your whole life?
I worked for Costco for 30 years, and I have a commercial license, so I drive truck, which...
Okay, cool. So blue collar stuff. Love it. Okay.
So I'm looking for...
And where are you at? You looks like you live in an RV?
Yep.
Okay, where are you at? What city?
Leaving in the cheap. McCall, Idaho, And I
Okay,
saw,
love McCall, Idaho, but why are you in McCall, Idaho? It's the smallest city in freaking Idaho. Why are you there?
you're opening up a can of worms, man. But I just love it. Bottom line is where I'm
I mean,
at.
McCall's a magical place, but it's not a place where real estate deals are done like in massive droves, right? It's a smaller city with less opportunity. So if
Correct.
I were you, here's what I'd be doing. I would be focusing on Boise buyers,
Correct.
not McCall buyers, because
Yeah.
Boise is my next largest city.
Yep.
So Boise is where I would go. I'd go get all my buyers in Boise. Okay.
Yep.
Where do I find my buyers? I just showed you to a previous guy. Okay.
Yep.
You want a wholesale or bird dog? Perfect. Let's go find buyers. So let's go to Boise. I need to find people that are wholesalers so they can give me more inventory. Awesome. Let me show you exactly where you can get a deep dive on that exact question. Okay.
Thank you, brother.
I believe I have it on YouTube. That's actually a pretty lengthy video. And if I don't, I'll send it out to everybody via email. Okay. Jamil and I were in Charlotte, North Carolina a couple of weeks ago, and we did a whole entire class. It was about 30 minutes about, let's see, Charleston, South Carolina, Greenville. It might have been Greenville. Charlotte. No, it was definitely Charlotte. No, Raleigh. It was in Raleigh. Okay, cool. This is awesome. So this YouTube video right here will answer your question in depth. It's 25 minutes of Jamil talking and me talking about where to find the wholesalers that will bring inventory to you. I'm going to throw this link in the side chat, and this will answer that question for you. Also, in the dedicated bird dog training that I have done, that course for free, I've done a bird dog training for free. You have not watched the full course, otherwise you would have already known the answer to that question. If you don't have if you are using a phone and you're jostling around, I'm not going to go to your question. If you also have your video turned off, I will also not answer your question. Okay, let's go to Dallas Sullivan. Please, Dallas, for the love of mercy, please, let's figure out where do we get started for Dallas. Dallas, how can I help you today?
Hi, bro.
What's up?
I want to know what is the best strategy to multiply my capital. And when I say...
Okay, so definitely not a question on target. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove everybody's hands. And if you guys have a question about where do I get started? Hey, Pace, I'm brand new. I don't know where do I get started. Please raise your hand. Let's go through it. Dar, how can I help you today?
Oh, hey there. I am just like the past gentleman from Idaho. I'm in the same exact spot as him. I originally thought I wanted to kind of get into single family homes, but I think after listening to everything that you said earlier, I'm really in the market for today money. And
Okay.
I'm not sure if I should be, what direction I should be going in after that. I never even heard of bird dogging before until you kind of explained it. So I have to learn a little bit more about that.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so you basically what you're asking me is, Pace, can you give me a variety of different ways that I can make today money and get my foot started in this business?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is why I gave you guys a big sheet. Okay, this big sheet will help answer this question to a lot of you guys. The problem is when you're brand new, you don't even care. And so you'll stay lost for a really long time because you're like, I don't even care. Like, this is too much information, too much. Just pay my bills. I'm desperate. I have $10,000 I need right now. So I'm not going to read any of that. Just tell me exactly what to do. That's actually what a lot of people's question is like, I don't want to read anything. I don't want to learn anything. I want to do the easiest, simplest thing to get started. Cool. A lot of people, why not just get a job? Like, why not get a job in real estate, right? So let's touch base on this. Dar, hang with me for a little bit. Let's see if we can go through this together, okay? Has today been somewhat helpful to you, or has it been, it's like you've been on here for 2 hours and 20 minutes with me and you still don't have any idea of where to start? Dar?
No, it's, I do have, I'm just trying to figure out what's the best place. And originally, like, I'm thinking, okay, I should start going to single family, go find something. Then the numbers just are not making enough sense to me because I don't want to buy retail. Obviously, you know, you want to buy, you want to buy something
You're so far out of your depth. This goes back to the very beginning of the training. You guys are asking questions and doing things you don't deserve the answer to. Do you agree with this?
Right. I do. Yeah.
It's like, why are you even looking at single family if you don't even know what strategy you're going to follow? Are you going to wholesale? Are you going to fix and flip? Are you going to buy and hold? Or are you going to work for someone? Which one of it is it going to be? You're probably, I'll give you a couple of really fun things. I can show you how to make money by buying and holding, but if you wanted that, you probably would have watched that on my YouTube channel. You can make money, today money, in just about anything. You can make today money in wholesale. You can make today money in fixing and flipping. You can make today money in buying and holding. And you can make today money in working for someone else. The challenging thing is you are in the YouTube world. You've got access to YouTube information. You've got access to ChatGPT that doesn't know its butt from a hole in the ground. And ChatGPT is not going to actually do a deal for you or actually give you any guidance. You also don't have the ability to invest in getting educated, right? And being part of something that gives you chronological access or access to higher level people that are also 2 or 3 steps ahead of you. You don't have any of that. Cool. So let's break it down very simply. What I would do for people that are lost, stuck, or confused still at this point is you probably just need to go get a job. And I don't mean a job like at Walmart. I mean a job at like in real estate. Okay. Here's a couple of things that I would do. Go work for a contractor. Okay. Go work for a lender. Go work for a wholesaler. Join their team. Now, here's what's even cool about working for a wholesaler. You can work for a wholesaler, join their team, and keep your existing job. Okay, and what I would say is get a job in real estate that's 2 to 3 hours per day on average. And I'm going to show you guys how simple this is. Monday, I work 1 hour, or Monday through Friday, I work 1 hour per day for someone else's wholesale business. And then Saturday, when I'm not at my job, I'm going to go put in 5 to 7 hours in that person's wholesale business. And that means it's going to give me 2 to 3 hours a day per average working in somebody else's wholesale business. Why is this important? This is important because if you're still unsure where to get started and you want to get started, you need today money, then why not be an acquisition person in somebody else's business? Why not go work in somebody else's business and actually tap into what they're doing? Let them have the lead gen, let them have the CRM, let them work the conveyor belt, and you just simply answer the leads and set appointments and do all of those types of things. Would that be something that you could do, Dar?
Yep, I have the time, yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. And by the way, guys, if you're broke and you don't have time, what the hell are you doing with your life? You either should have an abundance of time or you should have an abundance of money. And people go, well, I work 80 hours a week and I'm broke. Okay, so who's robbing you? What job are you working for that's robbing you? So Dar, let's watch this. I'll do another training. I'll do a couple of more Q&As, but I'm gonna do another training as a follow-up here. Here's a problem you don't understand. This is one of your biggest problems. Dar, you don't understand how a real estate transaction actually works. You don't. You have a general understanding. You don't know who's involved. You don't know what they do. You don't know how they make money. You don't know all the roles down the line. What triggers this to triggers that? Is that correct?
Probably right, yeah.
It definitely would not be probably right. It's either yes or no.
No, I don't understand the nuances of everything, yeah.
Cool. You understand a generic idea of like people buy real estate and they make money in real estate. That's basically what you understand, correct?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, cool. So I ask you this because it's important for us to understand that everything in real estate starts with a seller. Everything. I want you to remember that for the rest of your life. It sounds stupid that I even have to say it, but every single transaction, whether it's buying a business, starts with a seller. Wholesale deal starts with a seller. Lending deal starts with a seller. Fix and flip starts with a seller. Holy crap. Every single development deal, every property that you ever look at literally started with a seller who had either A, pain, or B, motivation. Sounds simple when I say it out loud, but that is where every single real estate deal starts. Cool. Now, the next step would be who is going to sell that deal to the buyer. It's either A, real estate agent, a realtor, B, it's going to be a wholesaler, okay, or C, it's going to be the buyer directly. That's it. Those are the only three ways a seller can sell a deal. It's either A, a realtor, B, a wholesaler is going to reach out to them, or C, a buyer. That's it. Okay, you're not ready to be a buyer. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, it could be, but yeah.
I'm going to let you answer that question again.
No, I'm not ready to be a buyer. I'd rather be really, yeah.
Do you see it? Why do we got to make it hard and be like, well, I could be? Just either yes or no. Trying to make sure that we give you clear, concise answer here. And it's also good for other people to be like, yeah, I'm not ready to be a buyer. I want to be a buyer in the future, but I'm not currently ready to be a buyer. So when you need today money, could you go and learn how to be a buyer? Is that going to take you 90, 180 days, maybe 240 days to learn how to be a buyer? Trial and error without making a single dollar in the process. Is that what you're willing to go do right now to be a buyer? No. You told me you need today money, not money in 240 days. Correct?
Correct.
Cool. So we are not ready to be a buyer. So we would throw that out the window. Cool. I'm not the buyer. That's not who I'm going to be. Awesome. Now, what happens along the way is you've got a real estate agent, a wholesaler, or a buyer that's going to reach out to that seller. Every single seller is going to be in a completely different situation. The sellers who go through wholesalers directly are usually the ones that are in foreclosure or some massive pain point. Their house is in such bad array. I'm giving basic real estate knowledge that I've already done on my YouTube channel 100 times, and you've just recently found out about me, so you don't know that I have all these videos way better in a studio that's big whiteboards and all sorts of cool things. It would be amazing for you to go and watch, but I'm going to give you the basics right now. And now what ends up happening is a wholesaler is going to assign that deal. A real estate agent is going to find a buyer, or the buyer is going to buy the deal. So let's just cross the buyer out. Most buyers don't know how to reach out to sellers directly. It's not what they do. Most buyers are reaching out to wholesalers and real estate agents, okay, in order to buy deals. Cool. Well, guess what wholesalers need? Wholesalers need an entire ecosystem, and so do real estate agents in order for their business to thrive. So let me draw that out for you so you can understand what value you could bring to somebody else's business, so you can know, I just need to go work for a wholesaler in the time that I have. I need to join a team of people that are doing the thing. So if I'm a wholesaler, this is what my business looks like. I need to find as many sellers as humanly possible. I need a lot of sellers. So if I need sellers, I need a lead generation tool. I need tools that generate an abundance of leads. Then those leads, send those to salespeople. And when those salespeople cannot close those deals immediately, we send those to do long-term follow-up. So I need team members that do follow-up for me when the salespeople can't close. So the salespeople are staying on the phone with the highest level, lowest hanging fruit as humanly possible. Okay, cool. Are you good at maybe mechanical things? Could you help a wholesaler learn how to generate leads and join their team and click the buttons and manage the CRM and just work on their business for a couple of hours a day? Might be your personality. Are you really good at sales? Dar, I'm going to guess that you probably could be really good at sales. Okay. You probably really like people. You like talking to people. You probably would kill this. You'd probably do really good with that. So could you work as an acquisition guy? All of my acquisition guys made $150,000 to $250,000 a year. Okay. Commission only. Today money. You could get paid within a couple of weeks by being this person. Get inside someone else's business. What are you going to learn? You're going to learn what kind of sellers we like. What CRM are we using? How are we generating leads? You're going to learn all of these things by just getting inside of somebody else's business, right? Could I do follow-up? Some people in here are like, I'm dog water at sales, okay? I think, Dar, you would actually be good at sales. I don't think you need to be starting with follow-up, but a lot of people are horrible at sales and they go, I'm not good at sales. I'm not naturally inclined to talk to people and, be charismatic and tell stories and overcome objections and all of those types of things. I really would like to do the follow-up when a seller tells Mr. Salesperson right here, hey, I'm not ready to sell my property for 2 weeks. Please follow up and please check in on me. The follow-up person goes, hi, I'm the follow-up person. You talked to a previous salesperson. Dar's distracted. Let me move on to somebody else. So if you guys, is everybody understanding this? Are you guys understanding how simple this actually can be, is just join somebody else's team? If you're stuck and you're unsure and you're like, I just need today money, Okay, well, you could help out here with lead generation. You could help out here on sales. You could also help out here on follow-up. And follow-up allows you to do this for probably 2 hours a day, maybe. Okay. Then after follow-up, you could even work with people doing the transaction coordination, doing the admin stuff inside of their business. There's an abundance. Okay. Bernetta says, I need help. Okay. Literally, I'm on here for 2 hours and 30 minutes and somebody says, I need help. Cool. I also think that people's most of their problem is that they hear the answer to their question and they feel like it wasn't meant for them, right? Where do I get started? Have we answered the question of where to get started today? Yes or no? Has that question been answered? Start with your strategy, go after your lead gen. And if you're not ready to go after strategy, then go work for somebody else. Go join somebody else's team. It's as simple as that. Pace, I want to do this. Great. Go find your leads. You find a lead. You now have a question regarding that lead. Okay. Now, a lot of you guys have, let's see, A. Schlunt. I wish you had your real name on Zoom. I don't know what kind of knucklehead you are, but what the hell is your name?
All right. So I'm going to break the mold here real quick, Pace. First off, I appreciate you. But I am one of those people who has no time and doesn't have a lot of money, and I am a
That's the
truck driver.
craziest thing. Bro, who is robbing you? Tell me who's robbing you right now.
The United States government. That's who's robbing me.
Okay, got it.
So
okay.
I'm in a unique situation. I'm an over-the-road truck driver. I would like to get into this, but the problem is I run into right now.
You got the easiest job on the planet. I'll tell you why.
It's not the easiest job on the planet, and I can tell you why.
Okay, hold on. I'm a CDL truck driver. The job itself is not easy. The hours are not easy. The wear and tear on your body is not easy.
Right.
But let's be truly honest. It requires almost zero brain capabilities on a daily basis. You are literally driving hundreds of hours a day or a month or a year. You have one of the greatest setups of all time. Is it abusive on your body? Is it abusive on your schedule? Yes. But one of the greatest things that you can do, one of my best students in the entire community is doing this as an over-the-road truck driver right here. Started out doing follow-up for somebody else because there are CRMs and systems that allow him to have his headset on while he's driving, and it pops up the next caller, all automated for him while he's driving. He does it for 45-minute stints at a time. So while he's over the road, driving, literally doing nothing else besides driving, he's handling 2, 3, or 4 calls. He's doing that all day long. Guess what? After 4 months, he had made about $40,000 in commissions doing follow-up for one of my other SubTo members. He then upgraded to sales and started doing that on Saturdays and Sundays and shifted his schedule knowing that he had the ability to do it. Okay. He didn't want to go to sales yet because he didn't have the confidence to know I could change my over-the-road truck driving schedule. Right now, you're overloading your schedule because you can, and you do. You could go to your boss and go, hey, I'm going to work. I need a different schedule. Or you could go and work for a different company. There's a massive demand of quality drivers everywhere in the country. You can't tell me otherwise. I have students that run trucking companies. Their constant biggest problem is finding quality drivers. You could work for a different company that gave you a better schedule. You could work for a different company that allowed you to drive across the country long term while you made these calls and worked on somebody else's team. Right. My friend, your job is the easiest, one of the easiest as it pertains to joining somebody else's team is the context I was trying to provide.
Okay, well, I hear you on that. The thing is the way that I have to work right now. Currently, I'm getting ready to actually shut down and go to sleep, so I can start at 10 o'clock tonight and drive overnight.
Yeah, cool.
I'm trying to figure out, number one, how I get into this because ultimately I would like to become a part of SubTo.
The way you get into this is you find wholesalers that will allow you to join their team. How do I find wholesalers to find my team? The guy that was in his RV that's also an over-the-truck, I gave you the YouTube link to literally go find wholesalers. You already were given the resource with the guy that asked the previous question.
Gotcha.
How do I find wholesalers?
I came in super late on this.
What city do you live in?
I currently live technically like between Orlando, Florida and Ocala, Florida.
Okay, cool. Watch how simple this is. I'll give you a really quick cheat code, okay? For the guys that show up late, you guys are all knuckleheads. Watch this. Ocala cash buyers. So if I go to Alcala Cash Buyers and I just go to map, okay, I'm going to go to map, or at least hope I go to map. Let's go to map. Okay, there's somebody right here in Ocala. Let's just type in cash buyers because I'm typing in Ocala wrong, I think. Okay, well, now it's going to pull up freaking Ontario, Florida, wherever it is. Let's search this area. Okay, here you go. Do you think there's people that would hire me right now if I could literally just do lead management for them and call their leads 2 hours a day?
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. There's the answer to your question. Where do I get started? I just gave it to you. You have the answer to your question. And other people that also have this question of where do I get started? You are a lunatic if you still have that question. You are straight up just a flat out lunatic. You got to just make the decision that somebody's given you the answer, and you got to pay attention to the answer that was given to you. Okay. So you don't have to work in Ocala. I'm just saying, Catherine says it's so discouraging. Great. In what way, Catherine? What's so discouraging that somebody would spend this time to give you the resources and show you how to do the thing live? What is discouraging to you? Help me understand that. Catherine, what's up? Okay, guys, if you have a question to ask me, please turn your camera on so I can see you're actually ready to ask a question. And please, if you don't have a question, if you have a question that's not been answered.
I was trying to unmute the chat.
Okay,
No,
Catherine,
what you
what's
provided
discouraging?
wasn't discouraging. It wasn't, you misunderstood that. I was just saying the efforts that I've been putting into the buyers list that you had given us, like, you know,
Yep.
there's multiple buyers lists, and
Yep.
I've called a number of them, and, you know, just like the numbers don't work, or they're just not interested. And
Yep.
I mean, I'm not going to give up, but that's what's discouraging.
Yep, it's definitely discouraging. It is very discouraging. I'll give you the credit. I'll give you the answer to that. And this is going to continue to happen to you when you don't have credibility. Okay, you're
Right.
brand new. You're lacking credibility. You're calling people that want you to have credibility, and you're calling from a brand new person, being a brand new person. And what's happening is you don't have the resources, the money, et cetera. And so in the very beginning, you're gonna have to grind a lot harder than most, right? You're gonna have to grind harder than I did. When I first started, I spent a lot of money on leads. I had money. I had an abundance of money because I was working a job. I had a job and I was taking my job money and pouring my job money into my business. So I had that ability. You are trying to do everything for free right now. Everything.
Right.
You're taking my free resources that I give you that work, because I get people that DM me and go, dude, thank you so much. That free private money lender list you gave me changed my life.
Oh, I don't
That
doubt
free,
that they work. I've watched so many of your videos.
I know.
and
I have to remember, I'm not talking to you only, Catherine. I'm talking to 1,000 other people. So I've got to buffer everything I say. Everything has to be a little bit longer winded. So these free resources do work. Not saying that you've said that. They do work. The problem is you are going against the wind by not having anybody by your side. You're doing everything alone, correct?
Right.
Why don't you join a team?
Well, I'm trying to get into SubTo. That's my goal. But I, you know,
Okay,
first
you're obviously
need
not able
money.
to do that yet. So why not join a team from like one of the, like, where do you live?
I live in Massachusetts.
Okay, I was just in
Boston, Mass.
Massachusetts. Did you go to the meetup? At 550 people at a meetup in Massachusetts. Were you there?
No, I was under the impression we can't, you know, get access to these meetups unless we are, you know, a member of SubTo.
I've only posted about it about 1,000 times. Creative Nation tour for the last 4 months. Hey, I'm going on tour. 30,000 people have registered to come see me in person. Everybody's welcome to go. I've talked about it.
How do you find this information? Is this I just found a map that you have out where it shows the meetups. Is that still the same location where you put them?
Guys, can we all agree that most people's problem is actually they don't pay attention? Can we all just, this hurts people's feelings?
You know, I was busy and I saw this on the phone. The minute I got the text, I came in. Yeah.
Okay, Mose, I'm just going to take like a point and just go, people don't pay attention. I opened up the Zoom today saying Creative Nation Tour. I'm in Toronto, Canada. I'm 50 cities through. I've got 50 more cities to go. Y'all are wild. If you don't have a question right now that has something to do with without joining a team, you guys are not calling or asking me a question about joining a team. Let's do some Q&A. I'm gonna lower hands real quick, and I've got maybe another 20 minutes, and I'll kind of slow this down a little bit. If you have a question that, Yamila, I actually trust you. I do not trust most of these knuckleheads. What's up, Yamila? How you doing?
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for your time.
Yes.
Question is buy and hold.
Okay,
That's
good.
the goal with the partners. And I was going to section A. I see as many options. Today I heard for the first time the trailers part. So basically I don't know where to start and buy and hold.
Okay, cool. So we're going to go back to kind of the beginning of this. I hope you were here from the beginning. Were you?
No, I don't know. Sorry.
Okay, so you guys are coming in and asking questions after I already did, and I did about an hour and a half training. We're now in 2 hours and 40 minutes in, and you're asking questions about things I've already answered, which is fine, but I want you to understand that you showed up late because you're a knucklehead. And you should say, yes, Pace, I'm a knucklehead.
Yes, Pace.
Okay, so if you showed up late, that's perfectly cool. Let me just give you a little bit of a roadmap based on what we've already been talking about. And hopefully this will help you out a lot. Man, I have gone through all my paper today. Holy moly. I have one blank piece of paper. Wow, that sucks. Okay, well, we'll do the best we can. All right, so Yamila, don't pay attention to any of this stuff I've already drawn, okay? I'm going to do this for the 10th time, and I appreciate your question because I've already answered the question, and hopefully this will hammer it home. Here is you. Why do you want to do Section 8, by the way? You don't know why. Somebody told you that it's passive income and the guaranteed government, and it's really, really good, and that's why you want to do it, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not Section 8 that you actually like. It's that you like a safe asset that doesn't require you to worry about a tenant paying their bills. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So one of the best things you could do is actually understand all of the asset types. So one of the things that I put in here, I put an image that I threw in. I'll throw the image in here again for everybody. I love it. People coming in, showing up late. I love it. I love it. No problem. Here is the answer to the question. Okay, so if you look on the far right, that is asset type. Okay, and if you look on, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go all the way from the right-hand side. You've got to come up with what asset type you want. Okay, and why do you want it? You got to do a little bit of research on it. The next question you got to ask is, what am I going to use it for? For you, I already know the answer. You either A, want single family homes. Okay, that's the asset type. You are going to use it for Section 8. Cool. Now the next question you got to ask is, how am I going to finance that? How are you going to finance it?
Hard money lender.
You're going to do hard money lenders on long-term rentals?
Yes.
No, you're not.
No. Okay.
That'll eat you alive. There's no way you can do that. Who told you that?
Well, we got the idea without knowing, not speaking with the correct people. So the partnership, the partners and I, we thought like, okay, the best way to do it is get the money together that we have, and the rest, do
okay, cool. So let's not worry about the finance part right now, but you don't want to use hard money to hold properties unless you're doing it temporarily. Okay, so you know your asset type, single family. Cool. So you're already kind of getting down the road. Asset, single family. Use, you're going to use that property for Section 8. Awesome. Financing it, we're not going to worry about that right now, but we do know we need to worry about it. Now, the biggest thing that you need right now is you need leads. You need leads. You should not ever ask another question about Section 8 until you know where the leads come from. What happens is so many people will ask all the questions about financing. Okay, well, financing what property? Oh, I don't have a property yet. Okay, well, why don't you get a property? Then I'll answer the question. The problem is they have no leads. So here's what I want you to do. Where you should get started, my friend, and we talked about this for about an hour and a half. For those of you guys that showed up late, you should watch the replay. It was really, really good. You should go, where do I get Section 8 leads? And as you generate Section 8 leads, you are now going to have problems that require questions. Right now, you have no problems, do you? Okay, so
I mean, the knowledge, but you know.
Okay, so what I mean by problem is opportunity, right? Every problem, we solve problems, we make money. You don't have a problem to solve, therefore you have no money to make. Correct? So Yamila, you need problems. Right now, you know you want to do single family. You know you want to do Section 8. You don't know exactly how you're going to finance that. That's okay. But let's go focus on problems. What problem am I going to solve? Okay, so for example, is there a market that you really like?
Well, I'm in Tampa. I know
Okay, cool. Tampa's an awesome market. I love Tampa. So let's start in Tampa. Okay. So this is the most important skill that you can acquire right here. You already know what you want. You already know why you want it. So let's go and find foreclosures in Tampa. You don't need to learn Section 8. You need to learn where Section 8 properties come from so that you can actually start asking good questions. So let's go to property search. We'll go to residential. And in residential, we are now going to go and find all the opportunities in Tampa, Florida. Okay, so residential. Here we go. We're going to go to Tampa. Cool. Here's everything in Tampa. It has 221,852 opportunities. I just changed everything in the way that you think just right there. In 20 seconds, you now have a completely different thought process about Tampa, don't you? You immediately go, wait, 221,000 opportunities? You should not be learning Section 8, my friend. You should be learning where do the Section 8 deals come from. What most people do is they go waste all their time learning about Airbnb and they don't have an Airbnb opportunity. They go and learn about Section 8 and they don't have a Section 8 opportunity, and they go pay $10,000 to learn Section 8. They go pay $10,000 to learn Airbnb, and then they're stuck going, I don't actually know where these come from, but at least I know what wallpaper I should choose and how to manage an asset and how, like, at least I know how to get the voucher from the government, but I don't have an actual house to buy. You should start with the houses before you learn the strategy, okay? So let's find better opportunities. 221,000 is way too many opportunities for us. It's too many. You don't have the time, it's overwhelming. So let's go find the ones that have the most pain. So what I wanna do is I wanna go find people who are behind on taxes. Okay, well now I got some people that I can negotiate with. People that are behind on taxes, delinquent tax activity right here, 6,572. Yamiya, am I already opening up your eyes to what you should be learning rather than stupid Section 8?
Yeah.
Should you learn Section 8? Yes. But it is a waste of your time to learn Section 8 if you don't know where the leads come from. Do you agree with me?
Totally.
So I watch all these people watch these YouTube videos about Section 8 or Airbnb or midterm rental or this or co-living or whatever else, but they actually don't know where they should go. Where should I start? You definitely should not start learning Section 8. It is a waste of your time. You're going to spend months and months and months asking questions you don't deserve the answer to. And what I mean by that is you should be asking questions about, okay, Yamila, are you married or have a significant other? No, you're single. Have you dated people before?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, everybody you've dated is exactly the same, correct?
Yes.
Really? Okay, so they're not the same, right? Everybody is very diverse and very.
Well, okay, yeah. Okay.
Are they all
Yeah.
they all different in some regard? They like different food. They have different tastes, different styles. They have different personalities.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I got the point. Yeah.
Perfect. So I shouldn't learn about dating until I learn the individual person. The individual person is the question I should ask the question about, right? How do I treat this person? Not how do I treat all people? Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So it's the same thing with Section 8 houses. If I want to learn Section 8, I should say, how do I do Section 8 on this house? Not how do I do Section 8 in general? Okay, so where you start is by looking for opportunities and causing problems for yourself. Okay, so delinquent tax activity would be a good place to start. That might be too big for me. So why don't we go find people that are also in foreclosure who also are behind on taxes? Okay, well, Yamila, do you see this right here? That I just found 132 people that are in Tampa that are in foreclosure. They're going to lose their house and they're behind on their taxes. Can I pull these people up right now? And then I now have problems to start asking questions about. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Did I just open your eyes of where to start?
Absolutely.
So those 89 houses is where I start. And now I'm going to create real problems for myself that will actually move me forward in my business. I would now have a different problem of, well, okay, here's the first question. If I'm brand new, look at this first house. Here's the first question. I would go, what am I even looking at? Is this a deal? Is it not a deal? It's a 2-bed, 1-bath. Okay. So now I have an actual real problem and a real question about a real property, don't I?
Yes.
The biggest problem that people have that are starting is they're sitting there learning a strategy, but they don't actually have a problem to solve. You, my friend, Yamiya, and your partners, you guys need problems to solve. So one of the solutions, okay, or one of the biggest questions you're going to run into on these properties, sorry, my paper's all used up. I've been on this training for a couple of hours. You now have a complete different set of problems, okay? How do I comp these properties? How do I call these people? Who do I partner with? Where do I get the money? Is this a good deal or not a good deal? Is this a bad deal? Is this a deal I want? You see, now I have real questions about an actual property. So one of the greatest things I could teach you is that if you ever ask these questions generically about all properties, you are wasting your time. And this is where most people that are learning how to do real estate are spending all their time. They're learning about a strategy. They're going to a 3-day seminar. They're going and reading a book about a strategy. But what they're not actually doing is this, is they're not actually going to their city and saying, here are the properties that I want to look at that could be potential Section 8 properties, okay? Now, let's go to, well, now I have 89 properties. What would be my next step? My next step would be, well, if I want to do Section 8 in Tampa, I would want to reach out to the Section 8 or the HUD office in Tampa. And I want to call them and go, where are Section 8 vouchers approved? And then I want to go back to my list and start only looking for houses in those areas. Because Section 8, sadly, is a very microscopic exit strategy that does not work on all houses. But again, Yamiya did not learn Section 8. Yamiya learned lead generation. So you can apply your lead generation to every type of strategy for the rest of your life. So what would you rather learn? Section 8, Airbnb, or would you rather learn where do leads come from and how do I handle those leads?
I just fell in Airbnb, so the leads.
Okay. Number one problem with Airbnb people. What's their number one problem? Where do I find deals? Right? And then where do I find the money? It actually has nothing to do with Airbnb.
Mm.
It's so funny to watch people in Airbnb or multifamily or RV parks or Section 8 or anything. They go learn and spend all this money going to all these classes and these mentorships that they get 6 months, and then they don't do a deal after 6 months, and they go, well, I know a lot about Section 8. Great. Do you have any deals? No, I don't know where leads come from, and I don't know how to buy it. I don't have any money. Like, so you spent 6 months wasting your time? Okay, so the number one place you should start is the actual leads in your market. Those leads are going to create real questions for you. Those real questions are then going to tell you what of these three things you need. You need people, okay? You need access to people, you need access to relationships, and you need access to resources, okay? Every question will lead you to one of these three things. Now you are going down the right path. Everything else is a waste of time. Strategy, Section 8, single family properties. Lead generation creates problems. Problems create a path that tells you, I need a human to help me. I need a skill to get through this, or I need a resource to help me overcome this, okay? So for example, if you guys are in the SubTo community and you're like, okay, well, if I want to do Section 8, how do I learn how to do lead generation a little bit more frequently or better? How do I do that? The way you do that is go to the Zoom calendar. Okay, I'll pull it up real quick. Go to the Zoom calendar, it's right here. And I would go and work with people in the early mornings that are doing lead generation and acquisition. It's called ECDD, is East Coast Daily Dial, or West Coast Daily Dial, where people are role playing, sharing leads and opportunities with each other. Or I would go to right here, lead generation. 5 days a week in orange, we do lead generation, direct to seller, direct to agent, sending out LOIs and offers, or if you want to send out postcards or mailers and you want to pay for leads, we teach how to do that as well. Now you're going to have follow-up systems. Do you want to go in and help? Hey, how do I follow up with these people? What's the right scripts? What CRM do I use? Who's going to help me with the contracts? Those types of things. These are people, relationships, and skills you need to acquire. Okay, well, what about my legal problems? Or what about, oh, well, I don't know how to underwrite it. Okay, well, right here, 2 days a week, we do special underwriting for Section 8, co-living, and other types of assets. You will need to have access to people who are underwriting or looking at your deals. So again, if all you're doing is just learning about Section 8, you're never going to run into a problem. Do we make money without solving problems? Yes or no? Okay, so actually, your business is not Section 8. What is your business? Your business, I want you to remember this for the rest of your life, Yamiya. Your business, this is your business. I want you to remember this for the rest of your life. I want you to remember this. It's so important. I got to write it down on a place that will actually, I have no paper left. I'm sorry, guys. Your business for the rest of your life is find problems and fix them. That's your entire business. I want to make money, Pace. Cool. What problems are you solving? I'm doing Section 8. No, it doesn't answer my question. What problem are you solving? I don't know what you're talking about. Who are you talking to? Well, are you helping people out of tax problems? Are you helping people out of foreclosure? Are you helping solve sellers who are going through divorce? Those are problems that you can go fix by acquiring those people's properties. How do you acquire those properties would then be Section 8, right? So you have to understand you don't have problems, therefore you don't have solutions to provide to those problems, which means you are not making any money. It's so simple when we say it this way, but this is why people learn from me, is because I simplify it, okay? So are you a Section 8 investor or are you a problem solver?
Problem solve.
There you go. So if you are a problem solver, then the first thing you should be doing is looking for more problems. Okay. Is that helpful?
Amazing. Thank you. See you in Tampa.
Okay. I look forward to it. It's going to be fun. Okay. So hopefully this was helpful for people to kind of round that last part out. Was that helpful for everybody to round that last part out? Your business is to find problems and solve those problems. It is not, I'm not a Section 8 investor. I'm not an RV park investor. I'm an investor. And the way I invest is finding problems and solving those problems. Okay. Hey, Pace, how can I become a follower up so I can, okay. Focus all in on Gator lending. Okay. If you have a question, let me just go through. Guys, if your face is like so close to your camera, that I can only see your nostrils, you are definitely not somebody I'm going to answer your question because you're going to scare me. Okay. And if you don't have your camera turned on, I also won't go to you. Okay. Angel Serrano, what's up, brother? How you doing?
How you doing, sir? And a pleasure to talk to you. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
My name is Angel Gabriel Serrano from Orlando, Florida. I'm a World Trade Center first responder. I've been looking at your videos and everything, and I decided now that I'm getting better, I'm going to take action. Pace, I'm very interested in finder's fees because there's so much information to learn that I want to concentrate on something so that way I can make some fast money and continue from there. I wanted to know very, very importantly, where is it that I could find like the contracts in order for me to get together and network with people and make it happen. While I'm learning myself, I could join up with some people and try to see if we could work out a deal and share that finder's fees so that way I could start making some money.
Okay, so you asked for about 4 different things in there. Are you looking for contracts or what are you looking for?
Yeah, I'm looking for contracts and I wanna learn properly, what to do with those finder's fees, how to look for the right people to network with, to work with that. Because
Okay.
I'm looking around, I'm getting to talk to a couple of people and I just want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. Like for instance, the contract again. I want to make sure that
Okay, so check this out. Here's what I'll give to you.
Okay.
If you guys go to this domain, okay, it's put the link in the side chat. It's pacemorby.com/bird-dog. Okay, I'm giving you, it's about $3,000 of contracts, all for free, right there. Joint venture agreement, assignment of purchase contract, purchase and sell agreement, all of these traditional real estate transactions or contracts, free. There you go. Doesn't cost you $1, $29, nothing. All free. Okay.
Thank you.
Now you have these contracts. That's not what you actually need. Contracts are actually a waste of your time if you don't have problems to solve them with. So this bird dog training, okay, if you download the, let's see, I wonder where I can find my free bird dog training. I think it's down here. Let me find it for you guys real quick.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of you guys have a really hard time actually finding, or not finding, but like taking the time to go, all right, well, there's something Pace has put on his YouTube channel, and I've only watched one bird dog video, so you think that's the end of all my bird dog training. I've done like 30 hours of free bird dog training.
Wow.
So let's go to Pace Morby, maybe more. Okay, how does a bird dog get paid? Look at all these bird dog training stuff, right? What's the difference between bird dog? What's the difference? Blah, blah, blah. Here's one right here, Dage. I bought a couple of deals from her. Look at how this is broken down, whiteboard style. What is bird dogging? How do I get paid?
Let's talk about this.
Okay, there is a full training right here. The bird dog training. Let's see, is this bird dog? Nope, that's not it. Let's see. Got a deal. Da da da. I wonder where the bird dog, okay, I have a bird dog like training that's like 3 hours long. Let me find that for you real quick. But what I would do, Sarabi, are you on here with me right now? Let me see if Sarabi's here. Or yeah. How does she know that? Hold on. Okay. My wife did a free training. This is awesome. Okay. My wife, who used to work in my business full time, did a free training. Thank you, Sarabi. Here is the bird dog training right here. Discover the #1 beginner-friendly strategy that taught by Pace Morby's wife, Laura Morby. Okay. There you go. Thank you, Sarabi. You're awesome.
Awesome.
This is why my team is world class. They're the best. She's on here listening to me as people need resources. So there you go. This is a link I'll put in the side chat for you guys. Everybody that needs that free training. If you're in SubTo, you already have that training. Don't be a weirdo and go click on it. Angel, have I given you the free training, free contracts? Have you gotten everything you need right now?
Awesome, man. Thank you for your time and thank you for everything that you do. You're awesome, bro.
Thank you. No problem. Okay, so there's the free training. Gabriel Avies. What's up? We got a couple here, I think.
Yes. Can you hear us?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Excellent. We joined recently and started down the path of trying to address a tax issue that we had, right? Business is doing well. And then it was just too short of a window for us to get into the RV parks. And so we're resetting ourselves, trying to figure out what's the best way to pivot. Appreciate the way you've broken it down here, looking at strategy. So definitely looking to buy and hold with that tax concern in mind. We're in Gator, we're in SubTo, we're even in Zero Down. But you know, it's gonna pull us in too many directions. So we're really trying to just see what's the best way to focus our energy, knowing that we have that in mind. But
okay, if the number one problem that you have, this is a great question. Thank you. If the number one problem you have is taxes, right? Great question. Where do I start? I already have money. I don't really have the time to go and find deals. I'd really love to just buy deals that help me save money on taxes, but at the same time, not waste my money on stupid things. Let me pull something up that's super helpful for you. And I want to show you and kind of walk you through something that will help you. This won't help other people. This will help you. I just need to find my document if I can. Let's see. Oh, you know what? The problem is I take this stuff off and I put it on my drive. Okay, here we go. This is awesome. I'm glad that my memory is serving me. Okay, so you need one of these once every couple of years, okay? See this RV park right here? I bought it for $5 million. But the best part about this, and I didn't pay $5 million bucks, but look at this. If you look at my total purchase price, you will see that I bought it for $5 million bucks. You can see it right here. Sorry if it's a little bit small. I apologize. I'm doing the best I can.
We're good.
Cool. You can see the $5 million. So that's my $5 million. This is a cost segregation report, meaning it came from an engineering company. The engineering company wrote this letter to the IRS to say, please don't let Pace pay any taxes this year. And here's their justification why Pace shouldn't have to pay taxes this year. I think you understand all of this, but let me just show you what their report gave me. Their report gave me, if you look here, $3.9 million out of the $5 million off my taxes. Now, what does that mean? That means I can go make $3.9 million in active income in my other businesses, and it's completely wiped out from my one RV park. One. So depending on how much money I make in my other businesses, I can go and buy one RV park every 4 years, because let's say I make $900,000 every year. Well, I don't need all $3.9 million in tax write-off this year. So I'm going to take what I need this year, carry forward the next, take what I need out of that year, carry forward the next. I can carry this forward at least 5 years. So what I would be doing for you guys specifically is I would right now, immediately go inside of the SubTo community, and I would go right here. Brother, you have the cheat code. Watch how simple your life is. I made your life as simple as it possibly could be, but you think you should be a deal finder. You think you should be out going and knocking doors and cold calling and negotiating and sending out offers. That's not what you should be doing. You, my friend, have earned the right to skip all of the line. I had to go through all the bull crap, and I had to go through all the stuff so that you don't freaking have to. So here's what I would do. Give me a second. I'm working on a little laptop here in the freaking hotel in Toronto, Canada. Okay, I would go right into the SubTo Zoom that is RV park and mobile home park underwriting. And I would go in and tell people that are doing acquisitions on RV parks and mobile home parks. That's the only Zoom I would go to in SubTo. It's the only one. I would turn off all other Zooms, even if Pace is in there. Who cares? Go to the RV park and mobile home park underwriting Zoom inside of SubTo. Why? Because you're going to have all the acquisition people that are crushing it on RV parks. They need a handful of things. They need either a buyer that will just buy a deal from them because they have too many deals. I'll give you a good example. Rinda, one of our Owners Club members, has 60 RV parks in her pipeline. She can only buy one in the next 30 days. She can't buy the other 59. So she needs other buyers in SubTo to buy those RV parks that are already negotiated, ready to go. She needs buyers. Okay. So they're either A, looking for buyers. B, and depending on who you are, you might go, yeah, I want to buy an RV park because I know they're low management and I know that there's training on how to manage the RV parks, because that's what SubTo is all about, is I have training on every topic I can imagine. Or B, they're looking for partners to come in and say, hey, we don't want to be the full owner of the RV park on our first one because we want to buy one, get a massive tax write-off. Then our second one, we will own entirely once we learn the ropes of managing an RV park when we're ready. That, my friend, is up to you. That's a personal decision, but you have both opportunities available to you. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah.
Okay. So we have a lot of people that join SubTo that go, I'm never going to go find a deal. I'm never going to cold call the seller. I'm never going to even learn contracts. It's a waste of my time. I am going to join SubTo so I can go and buy an RV park from somebody who needs me to buy the deal. I'm going to come in and be the buyer so I can wipe out my taxes.
Yeah.
Right. And for your small nominal expense of being inside the community, you'll go, let's say you buy that one RV park. You buy that one RV park, that value to just tax wise, because it helped me wipe out $3.9 million of my taxable income, that is a value that I did not write a check to the IRS of close to $1.6 million. So for you to invest in being in SubTo, that little nominal expense that you paid, you go buy one RV park that gives you $1.6 million in real IRS savings.
Yeah.
Guys, here's what you should do. Come into SubTo every 24 months and buy another RV park, and then take your time off the SubTo, come back into SubTo in 24 months, buy another one, and literally do nothing else but just buy RV parks with people and don't do any other work. That is the cheat code that I would put you guys on.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Okay, so here's the other thing, Gabriel. If you guys haven't been into one of the under the RV park things and being in the side chat and going, hey guys, we're just a buyer. We actually have capital or partners. We want to buy. We have capital or we have whatever. We don't want to operate, but we're looking for wedge partners. Go to the Owners Club list and start messaging them and go, hey, I'd like to have a conversation with you. I'm a legit buyer. I'm buying primarily for tax reasons, but the first park we buy, I want to make sure we have a partner in place. Do you have parks, and are you willing to partner with us on our first park? The answer is yes. I mean, you've been in our community long enough to know the answer. Everybody to that will say yes, right?
So follow-up question then, when we faced our first huge tax bill, 2024, unfortunately, we were getting into our first home and we put 20% down. This is before we knew about this community. So we've tied up a ton of money, right? We faced our tax bill. So it's not like we had a ton of money to just get into, but we did have the tax bill. So when it comes to doing this creatively, we can tap into credit. I've been hearing enough.
You could either, this is a great question. So you could either tap into credit. Okay. Gosh.
I know.
This is great. I'm out of, the problem is I'm just out of paper. That's it. So, and you've watched me, I'm usually on my whiteboard, but let's go to where do I get my money for just a second. I'll kind of cover this just really quickly. Okay. So how do I buy stuff if I don't want to use my own money? Right. And do I need my own money to get the tax write-off on the RV park? No.
Right.
So that RV park that I bought for $5 million, it needed a $250,000 down payment. I brought Gators into that deal. They gave me the $250,000. I got the $3.9 million tax write-off. They got no equity, but they got 12% interest. The money that came in from the park paid off the Gators within 14 months. So now I'm no money out of pocket, don't owe anybody any money. The profit from the park has paid the Gators off. Now I'm in the deal, no money out of my pocket. Can you buy parks without money from your pocket? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So here's the list. Here's the list I would go through, and I'll post this in the SubTo Facebook group.
Okay.
But where you could go equity, right? Private capital, all of that kind of stuff. Here's what I would probably do. I would go do this, a pooled capital.
Okay.
I want you to go into SubTo, and I want you to watch the raising capital class on fractional.
Yeah.
Write that down. It's the only class you should take for SubTo right now is go into the raising private capital portion in the course, go to fractional and learn how you can raise capital very quickly for the down payment. And then you guys are the principal of the deal. That is where I would be focusing all my time, all my energy is that.
Okay. Thank you.
Good. You don't need any of your own money ever. Here's the thing though, Gabriel, I'm going to tell you right now. You and what's your wife's name?
Beatrice.
Beatrice? Why you guys got such good names? Okay, so it couldn't be Pam and Paul. It's got to be Gabriel and Beatrice. I love it. Okay, so you two are people worthy of a deal. Why? Because you guys have acquired skills. You have learned how to run business. You've learned how to be valuable to the marketplace. You've learned how to understand how money works. I provide value, money comes to me. Oh my gosh, I've made so much money in my businesses. Now I have a different problem. You, my friends, are exactly who should be raising capital and pooling money together to go and buy an asset. That is the skill you need to acquire. Cold calling, you've surpassed that. Why did you surpass that? You surpassed that because you already learned how to provide value to earn money in your active income. You now can utilize those skills and the credibility of who you are to go and raise the capital to go and buy deals with no money down. You are the perfect person to raise money. So go in and watch the Raising Capital course inside of SubTo. It's a SubTo like add-on that's completely free. And then spend all your time, energy, and effort hanging out with the RV park investors inside of our community. And your avatar is I'm a buyer. That's your only avatar. I'm not a deal. I'm not an acquisition person. I'm not a negotiation person. I'm not any of that. I'm not going to cold call a seller, cold call a broker. I want people to bring deals to me because that is my avatar. You are already there.
Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you.
Come and see me in the jam sessions. I want to see you guys more often. You guys are freaking awesome. Okay. Kimber, what do we got? Kimber, how can I help you today?
Unmuting. Whoops. Lost you.
I can see you perfectly fine.
And I can't see you anymore. Hold on.
No worries. Just talk to me. What do you got?
Okay. I just listened to the last people, and this is the first community I've ever joined that RV parks. Wow. That last couple was amazing. I am a licensed real estate agent since the 90s. I've bought, fixed, flipped over 30 houses on my own as a bail bondsman with my own money, construction lenders, things like that. So I'm not really stupid when it comes to all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But this is a whole new ball game for me. I was approached by a really great guy in the community. And the next thing you know, we're on the phone all the time. The next thing you know, I'm not even done with module 3. And he pushed me out the door Saturday from Chicago, Illinois to go knock doors on pre-foreclosures. I just don't know. I don't think that's my niche. I want to buy and hold. My husband died 2 years ago. I own property in Cabo San Lucas. I'm in the United States. But
Kimber, is your question, please tell me what to do. Is that your question?
Please.
Okay. So Kimber, here's what I usually tell people is like, most people need to remember this. You should never do more than 20, most people, unless you're going to be a wholesaler for the rest of your life and that's going to be your business, right? Kind of like Bell Bosman was your business. If you're going to be a wholesaler, then single family is okay to stay in for a long time. At some point, people are required to upgrade from single family to different asset types, okay? Some people are ready to do that right now, right? The previous couple, okay, Beatrice and her husband are ready to upgrade. They're not even doing single family. They're going to skip right to RV parks, mobile home parks, etc.
I saw that. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah.
Okay. And I could sit here all day long and give one-on-ones with people. I'm good at directing people exactly where they should go. Kimber, you should not be doing any single family stuff. You are ready to upgrade from single family stuff. The only time you need to be doing single family is to build credibility or have active income. That's it.
I need active income. I need active
Okay, well then
income.
you got to go to single family. You're going to single family to find active deals. If you need active income right now, I've already answered this question enough, Kimber, and I don't know why you now need me to tell you individually, go join somebody's team. Pace, I just did. It's not my niche. Okay, well, the problem is sometimes you got to hug toilets in order to own the business. And here's what I mean by that. When I first started out being a contractor, I didn't have somebody to mask and prep the floors and do the plastic and tape off the things. I did all of that myself before the painters came in.
Did I?
Okay, so I would land the job, I would do the estimate, I would collect the deposit from the customer, I'd go buy the paint, I'd go buy the plastic, the tape, I would then wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, go to the project, do all the masking, the guys would show up at 6 o'clock in the morning, they'd blow and they'd go, I'd dismantle all the paper, plastic and everything, throw it away, be covered in paint dust all day long, go to the next job and do the estimate. Sometimes you have to hug the toilet. And what I mean by hugging the toilet is as I was masking off the floor, I was literally putting my face on people's toilet bowls to mask behind. So do you have to do some shit you don't want to do for a little bit? Yes.
I think I already did it all.
Okay, then you don't need active income, Kimber. If you did it successfully, then you shouldn't need active income.
No, 07 killed me.
Okay, then you need to do it again.
Okay.
Period. You just because you know it, here's what's going to happen. That couple, Beatrice and her amazing husband, they might buy an RV park this week inside of SubTo. They might take 3 months to buy the perfect RV park for them. You don't have the ability to wait 3 months if you need active income.
No, I'm okay. I have 3 months. I'm okay.
Okay. But still,
I'm a little bit okay.
If you're a little bit okay, Kimber, you should not be jumping into, I'm going to acquire an RV park as my first deal. You should go bird dog, join somebody's team, or wholesale. Those are the 3 things you should go focus on. Join somebody's team that is doing RV parks. Kimber, if you want to be successful and you want to have active problems to solve all day, what do we do for a living, Kimber? We solve problems. How many problems does Kimber have today? 0. You have 0 problems. You have no leads, no problems. Nobody's in foreclosure going, Kimber, are you going to save me from foreclosure? That's a problem you need. You don't have any of those. Therefore, you have no money in your pipeline. So the fastest way to go create those problems is join somebody else's team, knocking foreclosures or calling foreclosures or doing lead follow-up or whatever it may be. Go find somebody that's in Owners Club or in SubTo that's already doing RV parks and go, I'm not ready to buy the RV parks, but I'm ready to do lead management, lead follow-up, or anything that you need for your team so I can earn some active income. Does that make sense?
It does. And you had talked about acquisitions, and I was like, I'm getting metacarpal tunnel syndrome I've been on this computer since 3 this morning, but acquisitions you talked about.
Kimber, your personality is definitely geared towards acquisitions. You're charismatic. You like to talk. Okay. Some people on here, yeah. So you should be in acquisitions. People need acquisition people. I drew it out. Lead management. Okay. Hold on a second. My wife needs to get into the hotel room. Kimber, you can do acquisitions, no problem.
Where do I go to find that? I mean, I've been all over the website.
Kimber, are you in the SubTo community, yes or no?
Yes.
Don't ever ask me that question again.
I know you were going to
Kimber, some people just need to pay attention. Have you watched some people on here that come in and ask questions that you're like, Pace already answered that 5 times? Well, guess what's happening with you right now? Have I talked about Owners Club and where to find Owners Club list? Have I done that?
And today's the first day I got Owners Club.
Okay, so I've already answered it, and now you're asking it again. One of the most important things you need to do is be resourceful, pay attention, take notes, and go, I got the answer to my question, time to take action. What a lot of people do, go to the Owners Club list, who's doing RV parks, ask them to join their team. Okay? I'm not being rude. I'm being abrupt so that we can cut it off very, very sweetly and let you know. Kimber, do you have exactly what you need?
I do. The one thing, I mean, I always wanted to buy and hold. I wanted to buy and hold.
Kimber,
yes. Pace.
Do you have exactly what you need, yes or no?
Yes, for the resources, yes.
Great. Go take action. If you don't have a deal in the next 90 days, don't say I haven't done a deal yet. Say I have not done the work to deserve a deal.
I will do the work.
Okay. I will see you soon. Go do the work. Go join a team. That's exactly where you should be. Susie, what do you got for me, Susie? I hope you don't need to move this whole time. What do you got?
Hey, okay, so this is my scenario and I want to know what you would do if you were me. I want to start out getting today money now, but I want to within 6 months be able to move on to the buy and hold status of an RV park using creative finance. How would you do that, and is it possible?
Susie, did you just find out about me like 14 minutes ago?
No, of course not.
Okay, so have you seen like dozens of YouTube videos of me showing my students that have done that exact thing? They've done today money and then they moved on to buy and hold. Have you seen successful students do that?
No, I haven't seen those videos. Exactly.
Okay.
Not exactly that video.
Are you from Long Island? Where are you from?
No, Chicago. My hair is
Okay.
dark now, but it was blonde when I met you.
Okay, so the answer is yes. It is not just possible, it happens on a daily basis. Okay, daily basis. Hundreds and hundreds of times a day it happens. Okay. I got a text message today that was really cool from a student at, check this out. A student sent me a text today. Hey, Pace, kicking off the new year with a fresh start. I resigned from my W-2 today. So much of my journey to this day has been impacted by you. And for that, I'm grateful and genuinely thankful. Awesome. Cool. His active income was so strong in real estate. Now he got to the point where he just quit his job and is now going full-time and just buying and holding. Is it possible? Yes or no, Susie?
Yes, it's possible.
Cool. So we can just put that check mark in our head and just go, I know it's possible, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on a second. I'm going to get my wife into the hotel room. Hold on. Okay, so I got loud kids, so you guys are gonna have to just deal with that, which is fine. So, all right, so Susie, now what's the question? Now that you asked, is it possible? We've answered that question. What's your actual question?
Once I'm into SubTo, what team would it be best to get into so I could make the today money and, like learn what I need to learn in order to purchase within 6 months?
Okay, so let's ask a different question.
Okay.
What kind of asset type do you like? Are you obsessed with multifamily? Do you think RV parks are cool? Like, what's the cool thing?
I'm obsessed with RV parks.
Okay, so you're obsessed with RV parks. So you got to ask a better question, don't we?
Okay.
The better question would be, Pace, I want to get into RV parks. Who's doing RV parks that's somewhat close to me that I could join their team?
Okay.
Are you in SubTo, yes or no?
Not yet.
Then the answer is I'm not going to tell you what their name is.
Okay, I understand that you won't tell me exactly who, which I kind of know a couple like big hitters in Chicago.
Okay.
That I believe are in SubTo.
Yeah, you got Jim Vani, you've got Nita Patel, you've got a lot of gangsters that are in Chicago that are doing a lot of deals, and you probably met a bunch of them at the Chicago meetup with 600 plus people. A lot of heavy hitters in the Chicago market that are in our community. Being introduced to them, here's what's going to happen. You've got people that are in SubTo already and leaders that are in SubTo. These people in SubTo have already committed to be part of the same community. Then you over here, outsiders trying to join the same team. Who do you think the leaders are going to let join their team?
SubTo.
Right. So me also telling you who to go to is going to go, you're going to reach out to them and then you're going to DM me. This is what people do. They go, hey, Pace, I reached out to your leader in Chicago and they just ignored me. I'm like, are you in SubTo? And they go, no. I'm like, well, they're helping the people that.
I won't reach out until I am in SubTo, which you don't have to tell me who right now. I just want some type of, okay, I'll be honest. And I know you already told me it's possible and I already believe that it's possible, but I didn't want to kind of get my hopes up and think of something because I kind of go really big or go home all the time. Mm-hmm. And I just don't want to, make it so that I'm not able to, and then I get so distraught about it. But you already said it's possible, so I'm not delusional. Obviously, it's possible.
Here's the problem you've dealt with. Have you joined a mentorship before in the past? Have you spent money on education?
Not like yours.
I know I don't have education. I have a community. What have you done education in the past?
Sure. Yes.
And you paid for it?
Yes.
And it was disappointing?
Yes.
Okay, that's your actual problem. Your actual problem is you have a disbelief that I'm anything different than anybody else. I can't tell you this, but have you ever had a real estate influencer come into Chicago and do a 600 person meetup completely free and pay for it and not pitch you or sell you a single thing?
No.
You've
Other
never
than
seen
you.
anything. You've never seen anything like what I've built. It
I
doesn't
do
exist.
believe in you though. Maybe I just don't believe
You,
in myself as much as I
there
believe
you
in
go.
you.
That's what I was ultimately getting to. I was sitting there talking to Grant Cardone 3 or 4 years ago, and he says, 99% of your audience will never join your community. Do you want to know why? And I go, why? And I'm like, is it something I'm doing? He goes, no, it had nothing to do with you. I'm like, they don't trust me? He goes, nope, they don't trust themselves. Right? And this is why a lot of people just end up investing in my deals is they go, I don't want to join your community because I don't think I'll ever do the work and I'm afraid of people. So let me just invest in your deals. And people just invest in my deals that decide not to join the community. That's cool too. You can be an investor in my deals, not being in the community. But that is usually the biggest problem is people don't trust themselves to do the work, right? And so that's where your current problem is. Do I have people? You saw 600 people, and out of the Chicago meetup, 40% of those people were in my community. So probably 250 of those people are in the community. How many of those people could I shout out by personal name just in Chicago?
A lot.
Okay, so these aren't just students to me, are they?
No, they're your friends.
They're my friends. And I treat them as such. I stress out about every resource that I can give to them. And I travel around the entire country. I'm in freaking Toronto, Canada, of all places today, freezing, blocking my wife and kids out of my hotel for 3 or 4 hours so I could have a quiet place to help people that I don't know. I'm simply obsessed with helping people. I love it. It's God put me on this planet to do this. But in a private community, it's 1,000 times easier to do it. And I'll tell you why. One, you don't want to be around knuckleheads. Right? There are people on YouTube that are just straight up knuckleheads. They're hateful, disgusting human beings that come from a traumatic background, and they need to go to therapy, not to a community. You need a community that blocks those people from just coming in, if that makes sense. So, which is why I built it in 2020. I was just like, I was doing these free meetups in my parking lot. Can you hear my baby crying?
It's okay. I have 2 kids homesick today. They're just napping, so you get the quiet couple minutes.
You got to love it. He's sitting there going, he knows I'm in here, so he's like, Daddy.
Oh, baby.
My point is I launched my community in 2020 with the belief that I never wanted to feel like a mentorship. I never want to have it feel like a course. Do we have courses? Yes, we have hundreds of courses inside of SubTo. But I actually build courses for free so I can keep people out of my community, believe it or not. I give away, I think I have about 25 courses I just give away for free to keep people out of my community. Here you go. If all you want is information.
Yeah, good luck though.
I don't want to be an information peddler. I want to be somebody, and I am the only person that has a real community in real estate. And people go, no, there's people have school communities. Like, no, those are HOAs. Those are monthly expenses that they remind you every month how important they are, that you are to them. I don't have a monthly expense. I have a one-time fee that shows me and everybody else that runs our community that you are a committed human being. If you pay that one time, you're in for life. You don't have another expense, another upsell. You have no expenses other than passing the torch to the next person. So Susie, you have a belief system in yourself, not a belief system in you, in me, obviously. So you just got to ask yourself the question is, are you actually going to join somebody's team? Are you actually going to show up and do an hour's day's worth of work? Or are you going to make excuses and say, well, I got busy, my kids, my this, my that, my church, my such and such, my hobbies, my blah, 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 blah. That actually is the bigger fear that you have.
My only excuse that is actually like 100% real is either way I'm going to do it. You will see, and you will know me, but it's just the money aspect. I am not doing well right now, and I'm not working. So I did reach out, to get in like creatively, and big shout out
I get that.
to
Don't
Terry.
worry about that. Don't worry about that at all. I'm not. This
That's
is
the
why
only reason why I'm not in though. Like I will do the work and I have the time, even though with my kids, I still have the time. Like I will I will wow you once I'm in, but it's just I haven't had the finances to get in yet. And I
I
will.
totally get that. Let's not focus on that at all. So
Okay.
you want to know, is it possible that I can do active income, get started? We had another lady. I think you just showed up really late, which is perfectly fine.
No, I've been here. I've been here since the beginning. I paid
Okay, so we had
attention.
a lady that came on and joined somebody's team and has a full-time job as an executive assistant with one of the
Yes.
largest developers in the country. She works
Taylor,
underneath
right? That was
Taylor,
her.
yep, Taylor Bell. So she goes and works, has active income coming in, and simultaneously I give her direction of exactly who to go to, what to do, what your 30-day game plan is. So why is that any different? She's also a mom. She has busy life. She is literally you with whiter skin. That's it.
Yeah.
And no Chicago accent. She doesn't have a Chicago accent. That's the only difference. Okay. So is it possible for you? Yes. And you saw somebody that's already had the success inside of SubTo. She's already earning money in SubTo. She now just goes, what's now next for me? And guess what she doesn't have to do? Never has to pay another penny. She just keeps wringing the value out of SubTo over and over and over and over. So for you, the answer is yes, you can join a team. If you want to get into RV parks, then you would jump into, we have about, I'll tell you how many people are doing RV parks in SubTo. We have, there's only 18,000 RV parks in the country. Okay. Our community has bought 800 of those in the last 18 months. We are dominating the RV park space to the point where I'm pissing RV park brokers off because we're outperforming them. Okay. And that's how many people are doing RV parks. We've got probably a good 300 RV park operators that are buying those RV parks. What's cool about RV parks is that you don't have to buy one a week like you do have to on wholesale or fix and flip. You could buy one RV park and be done for the rest of your life. You could buy one RV park a year and continue to compound and grow.
I want
So
four at least.
Yeah, cool. My goal for the whole year, literally my whole goal for the whole year, we don't need to talk about how many RV parks I own, but my goal literally this whole year is to buy 4 parks. That's it for me. And that's a massive goal. I will outperform that goal in like 3 months, but I'm just saying I don't need more than 4 because they produce so much money and they have such little management. I don't need to go and buy 50 RV parks. So the cool thing about doing RV parks is honestly, most people in the community are like, I'm one and done. I bought one and I'm done. I could quit my job. I could retire my wife. I could retire my spouse. I could retire my grandma. I could retire my mom. One park can do that. Single family active income is not going to be able to do that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the answer is yes. And I believe in you. And if you, I'll tell you this, Susie, you have kids, 2 kids, right?
Yes.
Being a mother is 1,000 times harder than buying an RV park. It's not even remotely close.
I'm so ready. And I need to retire my husband, so.
I'm sure he'd appreciate that so he could go work on other things besides showing up to a W-2. It's not, you married a man that probably works his guts out on a daily basis and you recognize that he doesn't want to stop working, as you already know. He wants to go work on things that both of you guys are passionate about. So one RV park, what would it do? It was unlock him from showing up to that job, have you guys spend more time together. Like my wife and I, for the last 12 years, are together every single day, travel the country together. We do real estate transactions together. We buy businesses together, and we raise our kids together. I'm with my kids 7 or 8 hours a day. Most
it's beautiful.
It's
I
the way
honestly
it's supposed to
really,
be.
I admire, I know that. And me and my husband are very close. You know, we, like you've said before, I've won the lottery with my husband and my children. And all we need to do really now is get the finances in order. They were in order, life happens, whatever, for a reason, right? So that we can get better and look for better things. So, you know, I'm ready to get out of the financial hardship. And God brought you to my screen a few months back, and I met you, and you've been a huge inspiration to me, and I value that you put your family first, and you are so pro woman, and it means a lot to me. And I know that I don't know you yet, you don't know me yet, but that really means a lot to, I'm sure, so many women in this world, and anyone that comes in contact with you. So thank you for that, and for everything else that you do. You're very thoughtful, and I appreciate you a lot.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. I grew up with a mom that raised me around 8 sisters. So for me, championing women was normal. I had twice as many women in my household than I had men. And our community is 24,000 people strong. 50% of them are female. So we have 12,000 females in our community. And we are by the amount of women we have in our community, we are the largest female real estate community in the world, just by female. So the cool thing is that there's two things that are going on. One thing is that women, sadly, are stepping into the place of a lot of men that have lost their masculinity or are not doing their job the way men used to do their job 20, 30 years ago. So a lot of women are being forced to rise into the position of taking those men and the hole, the void that they've left. That's number one. Number two, the whole belief system of women can't do things has been annihilated 20 years ago. And so a lot of women are rising up as they should. And so it really has been a fun 50-50 sport of real estate. Just seeing how many women are surging into the business, it's freaking awesome. And they amplify men that are in real estate. It's the coolest thing to watch. So I appreciate you saying that tremendously. Thank you so much. Guys, I got a wife that needs help juggling some kids. I hope today was helpful for you guys. I know there was a lot of redundant questions that people are like, where do I start? If you showed up today and have a question of where do I start, you are a lunatic. You got to go to the mirror and just smack yourself and just be like, I'm a lunatic. I'm a lunatic. The question you might not have is not where do I start, because we've answered that. The question you might have is where do I go next? That might be the question you have. The question of where do I start should no longer be your question. Can you guys hear my son screaming? Holy moly. All right. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys soon. Later.